Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Live and welcome to the Rock Files. The Rock Files. Live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. This is how we rock. The Rock. The Rock Files. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.
Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. You are live and locked with Rock Sports Sunday. Break down and talk now with Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Are live and locked with Rock Sports Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is no place like home. That's right. Your eyes do not deceive you. It is the return, the triumphant return of the Rock Files, Rock Sports Sunday in full effect right now. Oh, we're going to be doing a lot of talking tonight. Won't be here for a lot of hours. Going to be doing a lot of talking. A whole lot happened. All that in 7 days. First of all, before we go any further, all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah for yet more success, more beautiful things, more growth. More development, of course, mercy and grace and all that good stuff. Salute to everybody. And of course, you are now live and locked into Rock Sports Sunday. We welcome you. Hope you're doing well. Salute to those that's on Facebook, otherwise known as Fakebook. We know why it's Fakebook. Salute to those that's on YouTube right now, currently in the YouTube chat right now. We have Greg. We have Greg the Great in the room, man. We have Greg, the freaking great in the room. We're going to talk about it, Greg. We're going to talk about it. And yes, we have the Modi of 2024. We have Blunt Cunningham in the building. DJ Blunt in the building. Hit the like, share the stream, and subscribe to the Rock Files channel for more battle rap content, sports data, much more, such as Rock Sports Sunday in the building right now. Absolutely. Salute to that. Salute. Yeah, man, a whole lot. There's sports going on. There's battle rap going on. There's tours going on. There's business going on. All right, enough of all that. Man, oh man, where to start? Well, we're going to start right with sports. We're going to start right with the NBA playoffs. Simple as that. We're not going to delay it. No more delay. Let's get to the replay. Simple as that. Whole lot's been said about these playoffs. Whole lot's been said about these awards coming out. As of course, we'll be the first ones to tell you no awards are perfect, right? Currently, as you see right now, the NBA playoffs have started. We're going to go very quickly to the play-in tournament. That was a complete waste. It was good. Look, the NBA play-in tournament is cool to see more basketball. Salute to that. But let's be honest, nobody from the play-in tournament is going to do anything, right? I mean, let's go to Chicago very quickly, very quickly. Chicago being there was honestly just a coffee break. It was a rest stop. They didn't belong honestly in the NBA. play-in tournament. They weren't that good all season, and they got shown. Miami got them out of here. Salute. Atlanta was soft all season. They got up out of here. Salute to Orlando getting rid of them. Then Miami plays Atlanta. To no one's surprise, Atlanta get out of here. Miami's in. Now, there is talk, and we're going to go right to this matchup very quickly. We'll go back to the other side of the play-in tournament in a minute. If you take a look at Miami versus Cleveland, right? Listen, let's just be honest. In the first round of a lot of these playoffs, unless it goes to maybe a team that's on a high-end move here, in other words, high-end streak, the first round is really going to be very short series this season. I mean, Miami, what can Miami do with Cleveland? Yeah, Cleveland's been underwhelming. They've been coming in, playing their worst basketball, but even in their worst basketball, they have been winning, still over 500 going into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland's just better than Miami. Miami's going to get out of here. That's cool that Miami's been playing their best basketball. Just think about this. Miami playing their best is still not better than Cleveland's average. Miami just doesn't have it. They don't have it to play with Cleveland. They just don't have it to play with Cleveland. Miami's going to get out of here soon. Let's move on. Let's go back to the play-in tournament. We talked about that because Miami did come out the play-in tournament, basically going to get massacred by Cleveland. Simple as that. And can anything happen? Sure. If it happens to where Miami can turn it into a series, we'll be back here to say that. But based off of everything we see, Miami's going to get out of here very, very quickly. Let's go ahead and go right to the other side of the play-in tournament on the West. I mean, come on, man. I mean, look. You have in the West, you had the corpse of Anthony Davis and whatever Dallas is, whatever that team's supposed to be. You had them playing the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings, that's why they fired the general manager. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan didn't work in Chicago, and they had far more of a complementing pieces around them. Why would anyone think that Sacramento, with those two that barely kept bumping heads to each other, was going to do anything anyway? So they got massacred. They got out of here, and they lost the general manager. So Dallas won that. Dallas ain't gonna do nothing. Golden State did beat Memphis. They move ahead, right? And then of course Memphis. Let's be honest. Dallas even being here is just a laugher. A team like Dallas being here is why there's a lot of movement to get rid of the play-in tournament, because who didn't know Dallas wasn't going to do anything. So then Memphis gets in. Let's go right to Memphis right now. Poor Memphis. Yeah, look, listen. It's cool, right? Maybe Memphis gets a game on Oklahoma City just because of John Morant and how Memphis can be very, can get on the streak and get on one. Oklahoma City, even though they're one of the more new teams, quote unquote, young teams in the NBA, it's not like they don't have playoff experience at all. That's the thing. They're not like the Pistons on the other side. That's a quote unquote young team, a new team that basically doesn't have any playoff experience. This Oklahoma City team has playoff experience, and they're just better than everybody in the West. The only team that really can push them a little bit might be Denver. As serious as that. So Memphis is going to get out of here. If Memphis was matched up against a different team, if Memphis was matched up against the Clippers, or definitely against the Lakers, the Lakers are fodder, right? Fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R, look it up. And of course, maybe any other team but Oklahoma City would stand a better matchup for Memphis. Oklahoma City just has too much. Look, it's not just about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's about that team has probably 11 players at any moment that can contribute. No other team in the West has that. Just being honest. No other team is. So Memphis is going to get out of here. Since we're at the West, let's keep it moving. You got Denver. Denver's going to play the Clippers. You know what's funny? Denver is probably going to go down maybe as one of the best 4 seeds that's played in the last three seasons. Because honestly, Denver is like the second best team in the West. They really are, but they're seeded number 4. So be it. What are the Clippers supposed to do about Denver? Honestly, what do the Clippers have to even do anything with Denver? Well, Kawhi Leonard, who's been in and out, and look, there's a couple of things in NBA playoffs you got to think about. All right, first, in the NBA playoffs, there's 2 things that don't get talked about enough. First of all, team chemistry is everything. That's cool. You got all these players. You got these all NBA players. If they don't play well together, they're going to lose badly. That's just straight up. Another thing, team defense. No, there's no defense that'll shut a team out to where they're going to score, but unless they're just bad, where they're going to score consistently below 100 points. But there's team defense to where when a game's on the line, you can get a stop, you can get a turnover or a block, right? Those two are some of the most key intangible factors, right? To keep it honest with you, the Clippers have none of that with Denver. Denver's going to get the Clippers out of here probably in 5 games or less. The Clippers just a bad matchup. That's another thing to talk about. Don't look so much at seedings. Look at the matchup. All right? So if you look at Denver and Clippers, how about this? Who on the Clippers matches up with Jokic? Nobody, right? Who matches up with Jamal Murray? Nobody, right? You got Kawhi Leonard, right? Michael Porter Jr., scoring-wise, and Kawhi Leonard is going to even up. Can Kawhi Leonard defensively just shut down Michael Porter Jr.? No. Can he? Of course, he's going to get a play here and there, but Kawhi Leonard, even though he's more healthy now, he's not that Kawhi Leonard anymore. It's weird, and it's weird that that's not being discussed. Denver's going to get the Clippers out of here. Then we're going to see in the second round, which really should be the matchup for the Western Conference, we're going to see Denver versus Oklahoma City, but let's not skip ahead. Now, again, we say all these predictions with this. Can anything happen? Yes. It could be to all of a sudden Memphis just goes on a tear, upsets Oklahoma City. We're talking about likelihood and probability. It's very unlikely and a low amount of probability, right, that Memphis is going to get maybe more than one game on Oklahoma City. Same thing with the Clippers in Denver. We're going to keep moving on in a minute. It's very unlikely that the Clippers are going to get more than one game on Denver, just being honest. And honestly, Denver could just sweep them and just go ahead and call it a day. Simple as that. The Clippers just don't match up well with Denver, point blank. You know, and that also includes their bench. Let's go to this abomination here. We've been talking about this all toward the end of this regular season, that the Lakers, honestly, are the most fraudulent team in the top 6. What's funny is that Minnesota is the most disappointing team, because really Minnesota, based off the momentum from last season, but then again, they didn't keep that team together. We know what happened. All right. And we're going to read the comments in a minute. We see y'all. Salute to everybody in Facebook. We got Loso. We got, we got Rap Ref in the building. Salute Young Salvo in the building. And of course, we got Blunt. We're going to address all these comments in 5 seconds. Just going to lay it out and just keep on rolling. But Pete, Lakers. You look, the Lakers are the Chicago Bulls of the West. All this, the only reason why the Lakers get any sort of press besides that daddy, aka the NBA, no pause on it, because that's their relationship, right? Just because the NBA wants the Lakers to be better than what they are, they're not. Here's what the Lakers are. They are 2 all-pro players and nobody else. That includes Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a good complimentary player. He's going to hit some shots and all this stuff. Look at the rest of that team and honestly say, who else on that team is a threat? You can be a good player, but are you a threat? Are you the type of player that in a coaching, when the coaches are trying to game plan against your team, honestly, who else but those 3 players do you have the game plan for? Name it. You don't. You know why? Because your players, Minnesota still has Rudy Gobert, who is weird, but one thing he can do is that he can be a defensive stopper. The Lakers have no answer for that to score inside. Then you have guard-wise, right? What? Luka can score his, Anthony Edwards can score his. So that matchup becomes a wash. Because that cancels each other out. Then you got LeBron. Now, LeBron, of course, all NBA player, one of the greatest ever, right? This is still a guy with a lot of basketball, and it's still a guy that he gets frustrated very fast if his team doesn't cooperate. That's what you saw here. Plus, bottom line, we talked about the 2 intangible factors that matter in the playoffs is what? Team chemistry. Stop. How much team chemistry do the Lakers have? How much team chemistry does Minnesota have? Even though Minnesota's been grossly disappointing, they have more team chemistry than the Lakers. Now, team defense, right? The Lakers literally have, maybe in all of the playoffs, of the actual playoffs, the Lakers might have the worst team defense. East or West. East or West. So here's something. Don't be surprised the Lakers get up out of here. This may go 6 games. Because Minnesota still is weird. This may go 6 games. And the Lakers might go out in the first round. And actually, they deserve to. You can't have no team defense and win in the playoffs. Not this season. Maybe other seasons possibly. Let's keep moving on. Houston and Golden State. This is an upset right here. Houston better figure out something quick. There's no way that Golden State should have won this first game. But they came out. They came out geared and ready to go. And Golden State, one thing Golden State had is team chemistry. We're going to keep talking about it. Team chemistry. Team chemistry is just a fancy way. Just a fancy way of saying, do you play well together? Houston is not used to playing well together in the playoffs yet. That's another new team. Talented team. Udoka is a very great offensive basketball mind. But Houston, just like another team we're going to talk about over in the East, Houston got punched in the face. We're going to see how Houston adjusts. Because if Houston can figure it out, they can get the Golden State Warriors out of here. But if they don't, Warriors get them out of here. This series is probably going to go about 6 or 7. Right now it's a toss-up. By the way, before people jump out the window over one game, don't forget that just because the home team, and in this case, the home team lost their first game. So now it's a series. Okay? Because the series, no playoff series really starts until the team wins on the other team's floor. Golden State does have a lot of momentum, but doesn't mean they can keep it. Just think about that. All right. Is that it? Yeah, of course, that's not it. Oh, that is it. All right. We got it. Cool. Let's go to the East right now. Let's go to the East. And then we want to take some questions. We already talked about, let's go over here. Beautiful. We already talked about Cleveland and Miami. All right. That's over with. Look, this may not hold up. Indiana blowing out Milwaukee. The reason why this may not hold up is because Indiana has the second worst team defense in the playoffs, right beneath the Lakers, right? So Indiana was the benefit of some good game planning, and of course Milwaukee's others didn't produce. Milwaukee just wasn't hitting shots, right? Don't think Milwaukee's just going to keep not hitting shots. The next game is probably going to be a high-scoring blowout. Now that does not favor Milwaukee, although Milwaukee can play that way. That's not the way Milwaukee want to play. That will favor Indiana. Here's the thing. Milwaukee can play some defense to stop Indiana here or there. All right. So this series is weird. That's a great start for Indiana. Doesn't mean it's going to hold up. Sustainable basketball. And if Milwaukee does win game 2, Indiana might get out of here in 5 or 6 games. Now we're gonna save the lose York Knicks and the Pistons for last. Oh, this one, right? Okay. Honestly, and this goes right to Blunt's comment. We're gonna read that in a minute. Orlando maybe want to forfeit. Again, it's not just about seeding, it's about matchups and style of play. Orlando's style of play plays right into the hands of the Celtics, just being honest. The Celtics like these teams that they can easily play one-on-one defense against. The Celtics do have team chemistry. They may have the best defense in the whole playoffs. You know, it's a kind of them, Oklahoma City, you know, those are kind of your top 2 defenses there. And we're not talking about stats, we're talking about conceptually, right? But honestly, this is just poor magic, man. You just ran into the wrong team. They can defend you in zone, they can defend you man-to-man. And honestly, Orlando has no answer for Tatum or for anybody on the team, not even for Porzingis, honestly. Paolo Banchero's cool, but Paolo Banchero's weakness is he doesn't play good post defense, and Boston feeds off of that. This could be a sweep. Honestly, it's just a bad matchup for Orlando. You know, it's a bad matchup for Orlando. Maybe if Orlando was playing Indiana, you have something. Maybe if they were playing now, if Orlando was playing the Knicks, you would have something. It's just a bad matchup. That honestly, Orlando is a little bit short in the tooth, which means they're a little bit light. They're physical. Also, Orlando's not a physical team. You can't be a non-physical team playing against one of the most physical teams in the league. Goodbye, Orlando. Now, again, with everything we're saying, we're talking about as it happens now. Data changes, assessment changes. Y'all know what's up, but come on, man. This is playing right into Boston's hand. And even if you look at a potential second round matchup, right? Whoever wins between, and now we're going to get to the lose York Knicks. Yeah, we're going to talk trash. Look, this is no disrespect to those that live in New York. Salute to those that live in New York. But over here, sorry, it's war. It's war right now. Now, let's talk about that phrase. The Pistons versus the Knicks. Here's the thing that the Knicks should be concerned about. The Knicks basically had to have a lot of breaks to win this game. The Knicks won the game now. The Knicks won the game because Detroit did a whole lot of rookie mistakes. Horrible turnovers, completely out of sync. We talk about team chemistry, right? The Pistons did not have a lot of team chemistry. And to be clear, they don't have any playoff team chemistry, right? Here's what the Knicks got to ask themselves. If the Knicks don't hurry up and assume a dominance over this team, because the Knicks did not win in a dominating fashion. Even as bad as the Pistons played in that fourth quarter, the Knicks did not dominate the Pistons. The Pistons are a type of team that will fight you all the way through. Will the Knicks' endurance hold up for that? It doesn't seem like it. No one's talking about that the Knicks still play a very short rotation, and Thibodeau still drives them in the ground. Salute to Thibodeau with good adjustments that the Pistons had no answers for. However, did the Knicks show too much? We're going to find out tomorrow night. If the Pistons win, mark the word, if the Pistons win game 2, the Knicks could be out of here in 5 games. You heard it here first. If the Pistons win game 2, the Knicks could be out of here in 5 games. And here's why. A, Mitchell Robinson, no one's afraid of him. Karl Anthony, look, Cat's going to give you what he's going to give you. But Cat still doesn't play very strong in the post defensively. Now, Cat is an amazing offensive talent. He does his thing. Jalen Brunson. Here's another thing with the Knicks. We're going to get to the Pistons in a minute. The thing with the Knicks is that the Knicks really don't have an offense. Really look at the Knicks' offense. Their offense is Jalen Brunson dribble around. If you get caught, then dribble back out and try to find a shooter. About 13 to 14 seconds of the shot clock is used up. So basically, the Pistons can play a basic defense and stop them. The thing is, and they're going to the Pistons now, the Pistons' inexperience doesn't really show that they can enough. They were doing it for 40 minutes of the last game. If the Pistons can just play with the way they're supposed to play, which is like understand that the Knicks have limited, A, they have a limited rotation, and B, they have a limited defense, play into that. And you should be able to get the Knicks up out of here. But don't forget that the Pistons do have a 3-1 regular season record over the Knicks. Now, playoffs are different. But there's no strong advantage that the Knicks have over the Pistons. The Knicks, ready for this? Game 2 is a must-win for the Knicks. It definitely is. Because think about it. There's a couple of reasons. A, because then now the Knicks will go ahead and hold their home court advantage. But also, this way now the Knicks won't have less pressure coming back to Detroit. Mark the word, if the Knicks lose game 2, have you seen these Knicks play with pressure when their backs against the wall? It's not pretty. It's not pretty. And that's what the Pistons thrive on. Now, here's what the Pistons got to do. Stop turning over the ball and stop thinking you're a three-point shooting team when you're not. The one thing the Pistons do bad is they go away from their style of play. Their style of play is chippy, aggressive, and driving. Attack your team. Attack the other team. Again, we're going to get to the comments in a minute. But they have to stay with that. Yes, if you have an open three-point shot, hit it. By the way, Malik Beasley, you got to hit these shots, bro. I mean, you had a good game. You honestly should have 30 points because you were left open a lot and you missed too many open 3-pointers. You got to hit those, man. Also, in addition to that, Cade Cunningham, and it's not just Cade Cunningham, all ball handlers, Dennis Schroeder, all that. Before you stop your dribble, communicate with your team. So that's the first part. Second part, team. Watch your ball handler get open. We've been talking about this all season. So Pistons cut down the turnovers. And look, stop panicking, man. Stop panicking. Relax. All right? If you got a team on the ropes, why are you panicking? They should be panicking. So for those that's interested in seeing some playoff basketball, check out game 2, Knicks versus the Pistons. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. Let's now read some comments. Salute to everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. All right, we're going to go up. We're going to go back. 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 Again, we got Greg the Great in the building. Salute to that. Greg the Great, where you at, Rock? Salute. Cool. Blunt mentions, did you see yeah, we just talked about the Celtics. The Celtics ain't playing nobody, Blunt. Let's just be honest. The Celtics ain't playing nobody. They got the absolute best matchup they could for them. The style of play from Orlando. All the Celtics going to get basically a scrimmage. Honestly, they could cut the minutes off of Tatum and Brown. Tatum, Brown, and Porzingis to be more specific, and still beat the Magic handily. It's just a bad matchup. Okay, so let's go ahead and highlight these comments. So there's Blunt's comment right there. Excellent. We got Rap Rep. Salute to Rap Rep. Rap Rep has Lakers lose, Warriors win. I feel great. Absolutely. And honestly, the Lakers have been exposed. I mean, that was nice that the NBA traded Luka to to LA for the corpse of Anthony Davis, but that ain't gonna help him. I mean, you have two ball dominant guys that are easy to defend. You know what I'm saying? You have two ball dominant, they're easy to defend. They're super talented, but let's even be more clear. Because they're ball dominant, their team is easy to defend. Because other guys ain't gonna get the ball. This is BS. Then other guys ain't gonna get the ball. So yeah, Lakers lose, Warriors win. Can the Warriors keep that up though? Can the Warriors really keep that up? Steph and Jimmy Butler are long in the tooth. Endurance will matter. Something to think about. Blunt, Blunt says I got Denver in 5 over the Clippers, or 4 or 5. Yeah, it's just a bad matchup for the Clippers. The Clippers are a good ball team, but Denver is just better than them at every aspect. Even if you consider, well, Denver don't got that coach anymore. Ready for this? That's actually playing the Denver. What it did is synergize Denver now. It's like a rallying cry, right? Okay, well, all we got is us. We're going to be good. You know? And keep in mind, if not mistaken, their interim coach is someone they're familiar with. All that good stuff. We got Loso BX and Y in the building. Loso still alive. Still alive. What up, Loso? Salute, salute. Loso's in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah. Blunt mentions OKC in 4, maybe 5. You know, on paper, this series should be closer. John Moran, Desmond Bain, Triple J, all that. Jaren Jackson Jr., for those that don't know. This is just a common case of the talent might be similar, but the team chemistry is just better with Oklahoma City, man. It's too much. It's too much. There's no let off. Honestly, Oklahoma City bench is just far better than Memphis bench. Sorry. What, Luke Kennard? Luke Kennard coming off the bench. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City got one of the Jalen's coming off the bench. It's a wrap. And even if he's not 100% playing, come on, man. It's a big gap of talent. Pause if necessary. Blunt mentions. And this is a good conversation. And again, if someone on the show is if they're not respected, corrected. But this is just the data we're giving. Blunt, I got the Warriors in 6, maybe 7 in that series. I don't know, man. That's a lot of basketball and really. Oh, and don't forget that Kerr. Can't forget this. Kerr's not playing Kuminga. Steve Kerr refuses to play Jonathan Kuminga, and all reports show that Kuminga's been all right and has been all right in practice. And honestly, they could use him. But they're going to have to use it. And look, here's the thing the Warriors better be careful of. What happens when Jimmy Butler gets frustrated, gets figured out, and starts having a bad game, and then you put Kuminga in too late? That might hurt the Warriors. Blunt mentions, I got the Bucks in 6 or 7 in that series. You could see it. This is the odd game. Like the Bucks really were not hitting. Bucks are a team that'll hit those shots. So yeah, the Bucks could win. But man, if the Bucks have 2 more games in this series like that, they're out of here. The Bucks also are a momentum team. So if they win, they keep winning. If they lose, they keep losing. Game 2, we're gonna see what's up. But the Bucks should win that series. Yeah, again, to agree with Blunt, Celtics in 4 or 5. Yeah, they ain't playing nobody. That matchup is simple as that. Blunt mentioned I can't really call this series, but I feel like it might go to Game 7. Yeah, he's talking about the Knicks and the Pistons. Honestly, man, this Game 2, and look, a lot of this is just instinct, but there is data to back up the instinct. First of all, yeah, Karl Anthony Towns, again, super talented player. Here's a question you got to ask yourself: will Jalen Duren and Ausar Thompson have another game like that? I mean, the Pistons missed 4 dunks. That's 8 points, right? Okay, and will those type of turnovers keep happening based off how the Knicks play? I mean, let's be honest. The Knicks were playing Game 1 as if it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You saw how happy they were after the Knicks know they're not favored in this series. So mentally, they're in trouble. Now they may feel a little bit better about themselves, but keep in mind, if they're trying to go off of, see, we're winning, we are good, what happens if they face adversity again and they lose Game 2, which is very possible, even with whatever all this referee talk and stuff. Look, refs don't become a factor if all of a sudden the team mollywops you, as we've seen in these other blowouts, and we can't take a look at them. I'm just going to use this for an example. Right underneath, you got the Celtics that beat Orlando by 17 points. Referees are not a factor in a game like that. Okay? So what happens with the Pistons against the lose York Knicks? What happens if they beat if they're up by 15 points in the fourth quarter? Those refs ain't going to have nothing to say about it. See what I'm saying? The winning mentality. The point in saying all this is that Knicks team seems very mentally fragile. So that'll be a benefit for the Pistons, because the Pistons are not mentally fragile. Now, they're inexperienced. They got to do better. Loso mentions respect the Knicks, Rock. No. When the Knicks get an offense when the Knicks get an offense that's more than just Jalen Brunson dribble out and hope he does something, come on, man. Come on, man. That's not an offense. That's not going to work. Now, granted, it's up to the Pistons to stop it. They had it figured out for 40 minutes and they messed up. Will that happen again? What's the likelihood we're talking about probability. What's the likelihood of that happening again? Yeah, that's right. Lose York Knicks. The lose York Knicks. So Loso, look, salute to everybody that's in New York. The brother Wiggs, salute. Loso, we got you. All that. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Oh, and look, if the Pistons actually win in 5, this is going to be a crazy Rock Sports Sunday. If the lose York Knicks lose to the Pistons in 5 games. Now, look, again, anything can happen. Let's reverse it for a minute. Could the Pistons be out of here in 5 games? Yeah. They keep turning the ball over. One thing the Pistons do that's very annoying, they forget their style of play. The Pistons forget that their style of play is of attacking and pace, and they get away from it too easily. They get to this on the third quarter specifically. What? Let's say about 50 to 55% of their offensive plays are just throwing the ball up. That's not how the Pistons play. And it wasn't because the New York defense forced them to play like that. So if the Pistons keep playing like that at the wrong moment, they can get out of here in 5 games too. Now, hey, we're going to keep it a duck. Yes. We don't want that, but okay. Loso says, chill out, okay. Loso also mentions, here it is. Loso mentions that Knicks are going to win the championship this year. Yeah, Loso, the Knicks are going to win the NBA 2K championship on a computer simulator. That's about it. NBA championship, ain't no way. No. Zero probability of that. Nah. And I'm going to say it again. Oh, if the Pistons beat the lose York Knicks in 5 games. And keep in mind something. Salute to both teams, but here's the Pistons actually with a shot in this series. And look at the Knicks payroll, man. Look how much money the Knicks spent on that team. Now look, what's funny? We're going to salute the Knicks on this one. That campaign pulled, saved y'all, man. That run, I think it was a 15-1 run. What, 7 or 8 of that was campaign. And then you figure out the other hustle plays he did. Campaign really was a huge factor for the Knicks in that game. That's playoff basketball. So for those that's watching, a couple tips or a couple pointers to think about. Pause on tips. A couple pointers to think about. A, look at the matchup. Don't look at the seeding. B, look at the trends. C, look at style of play. That'll tell you a lot. There it is right there. All right. So that's right there is what we have. That's what we got right there. All right. Stay tuned. Oh, yeah. As far as today, what happened, we can take a look at the schedule very quickly, and then we're going to move on. We are going to talk about battle rap today. No question about it. Can we go back in the schedule, please? Thank you. By the way, for those that want to play along, all that good stuff, you can follow us at sports.yahoo.com. Enjoy all that good stuff. All right. So these games are finished. Just to go over some scores real quick. All right. The Warriors beat the Warriors beat the Rockets 95-85. Not sure if that's going to hold up. We're going to keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple. Let's go here. Yeah, this is about apropos. And also, don't forget, Memphis had to play a whole other game before the Oklahoma City. And keep in mind, this is the Oklahoma City playing, and they haven't played in a while. What happens when Oklahoma City gets in their groove? That team has NBA champion written all over, but we got to see what happens in the first round. Oklahoma City blows out and destroys Memphis. All right, Celtics destroys Orlando, and of course Cleveland. Here we go. And Cleveland just mollywops and destroys Miami. Like, these are not matchups really that's worth watching. I mean, you know what? These are the type of matchups, if the narrative is going to change, Memphis, Orlando, Miami, and Houston, go ahead and show us something. That means win a game. That's simple as that. Win a game, and we're going to keep on talking. That's how it goes. And that goes for even for like the whole lose York and all that stuff. Hey, look, the easy way to shut up somebody like Rock from talking. Okay, Knicks, go ahead and go up 3-0. You go up 3-0, the lose York name go bye-bye. But if the Pistons go up 3-1, it's going to be way more. It's going to be way worse than lose York. That's how it goes down. Performance dictates narratives. Narratives don't come, and let's be more clear. Performance dictates response and speech. You know, it's as simple as this. I mean, I don't like what you're saying. Oh, well, do something about it. Win, play better, all that. Beat the team. You know, simple as that. That's where we at. All right. Real quick, we're just going to touch on baseball. No, we're not. We're going to touch on these awards. For those that don't know, it's not going to show it here. Probably it's not. All right. So your finalists for, let's do it this way. Let's do 2025 very quickly. 2025 finalists, NBA finalists awards. Let's do that. Let's see what we get. Beautiful. All right. This is according to CBS Sports. All right. Who are the NBA? Who's the finalists for the NBA awards? Imagine that. Pablo Picasso in the building. Salute to Pablo. Be sure to subscribe to Unscripted Logic. Be sure to subscribe to Unscripted Logic. Salute. What's up? We will be dropping the code in a minute. Just want to lay out a couple things. So obviously, when the panel happens, you're more than welcome to talk about the sports. Of course, talk about the battle rap. I ain't gonna hold you up. Whoever comes on the panel, you can catch Rock up on a lot of the battle rap stuff, because we've been catching wind of, like, case in point, we know about Greg the Great versus Tink, versus Tink. We know that's going down. Is Taslow battling Viral Money? Was that like I said, we want to get some things clear. We know that's happening. What else we got? Oh yeah, Social Assassin wants to battle A-Fan. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I think Yo-Yo wants to, for whatever reason, Yo 2 times, salute, wants to battle A-Fan. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wants to battle Froku. Yeah. Yo 2 times wants to battle Froku. Crazy. Salute to Froku, though. Look, if from Froku's aspect, and we won't get to it, but from Froku's aspect, if you can get somebody like Yo 2 times, get his attention and get him, stir him up and piss him off to where he wants to battle, take the battle, man. If he wants to battle, take the battle. Froku, here's a little just thing to think about. You're going to have to really step up the pace and the impact and the clearness of your material, bro. Occasionally when you rap, you leave a couple like weird things that just like are like not connected. You're going to have to connect everything. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that. Let's highlight that. Didn't even know that. Straight up. Jason M in the building, salute. Pablo versus Reed. And where the hell is Innovate? Yeah, we're going to talk about all this. But look, for those that don't know, May 3rd Retribution, salute to VBL Cartel out doing what they do. Pablo Picasso versus Rio Nkosi, May 3rd Retribution. Look, this is the reason why we wait till June to do our rankings list. This is major, Also want to salute. Oh no, let's finish the thought, because there's a lot going on. Also want to say this. This is similar to the Greg the Great situation. Greg the Great bodies Innovate, clearly, right? What are we doing with Greg the Great now? Is Greg the Great now the question would be, okay, if Greg is number 1, who's number 2 right now? Something to think about. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, it's crazy right now, and look, that's why the other part of the show outside of the sports is going to be, look, catch Rock up. What should the Rock Files know about battle rap right now as far as virtual? And also salute to No Loose Chat. They had a couple face-offs drop. We're going to be diving into that. Salute to TM My because they got a card coming up super soon. It's crazy. You still got Animosity that's going to be driving D Money versus D Money versus OG Capri. That's, man, it's crazy right now. Salute to that. So this will be the last part of the sports part we talk. We're going to give a little bit of on baseball in a minute. These are the NBA 2025 awards, full list of, hey, well, imagine this. The NBA, they got finalists too. And none of their players complain about being a finalist. They don't complain about that. Anyway, NBA 2025 awards, full list of finalists for MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie, and more. So here are the finalists. All right, right here. Let's go ahead and highlight this. 2025 NBA awards finalists. This is good right here. That's perfect. All right, MVP, your top 3 for finalists. Jokic, Nikola Jokic, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Giannis. The question here would be, those are the 3 finalists. I guess kind of right. I mean, obviously the Jokic and SGA, rightfully so. Should Giannis be that third? Should somebody else be that third or no? And who are the top 5 finalists? Is there a Cade Cunningham on that list? Is there a Steph Curry on that list? No. Anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Just something to think about. Defensive Player of the Year, Dyson Daniels. We've been talking about Dyson. Dyson Daniels is the only person on Atlanta that's even remotely tough at all. Salute to him. Congratulations to him. Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley might get it because of team record, but Dyson Daniels, because of impact, he might get it because he did a little bit more. If not mistaken, does Evan Mobley lead in blocks or anything like that? Rebounds? Does he really lead in any category? Dyson Daniels leads in steals. Watch out for Dyson Daniels. And then Draymond Green. All right. Rookie of the season, Stephon Castle, Zachary Researcher, and Jalen Wells. And that's the initial reaction. And, honestly, this is probably going to end up being Zachary or Zachary, however you pronounce it. He's done something. But look, salute to the 2024 class. They're not as trash. They're not completely as wet trash as it seemed like before. That draft was bad, but these guys really, they've developed and they've blossomed. They blossomed, and there's far less trash in that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's right. We got you, Loso. We got you, Loso. We're going to discuss that in a minute. So I guess the question for this is like, how about this? The question for the Rookie of the Season category is, who cares? Does anyone care about who's going to be the Rookie of the Season? Has there been any rookie that just really captivated anything? There was talk about, most of the rookies were talking about, wow, you know what? They actually seem to be comparable. Like it wasn't like the Wembayama effect where like, oh man, this guy is amazing. No rookie's been called amazing. They've been called comparable. Who cares who's the Rookie of the Season? Is there a reason that the Rookie of the Season matters? 6th man of the season, Malik Beasley from the Pistons, Ty Jerome, Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is going to be favored a little bit because of the team he plays on, but bar none, neither Pritchard nor Jerome lead in anything off the bench. Malik Beasley leads about 6 or 7 categories off the bench on a team that only has Cade Cunningham and Malik Beasley on it, really. Salute to Tobias Harris, that's cool. Hardaway, cool, but come on. That should be Malik Beasley all day. Most improved player. Now look at this category, the controversial most improved player. Hey, Cade Cunningham is an all-star, and he's on the most improved player list. It's a compliment. Imagine that. Anyway, Cade Cunningham, Ivica Zubac, and Dyson Daniels. And Dyson Daniels is also on the defensive player of the season. Most improved player is a positive thing. Who should it be? It should be Cade Cunningham. I mean, what else is there to say? Cade Cunningham led this team with only him and Malik Beasley. to a 6th seed in the NBA playoffs. Him and JB did that. Nothing to talk about. Speaking of which, coach of the season, Kenny Atkinson, JB Bickerstaff, Ime Udoka. The thing about Atkinson, best record in the NBA, salute. Second best record in the NBA, if not mistaken, right behind Oklahoma City. But look at who's on the team, man. It's like with the talent they have, they're supposed to be that. Ime Udoka, right? They got a 2nd seed with Houston. Look who's on that team. They're supposed to be that. JB Bickerstaff literally took a team that won 14 games last season. Wet trash, the worst team. They were the worst team in the league. And they're the 6th seed in the playoffs. There's no discussion here. JB Bickerstaff wins that. Well, you're saying that because it's Detroit. Saying it because the data backs it up. Simple as that. You know? Like, look, this is what you can do. Put Kenny Atkinson coaching the Pistons. They're not getting to the playoffs. Ime Udoka, maybe they get there. Maybe. Because Ime Udoka's a crazy coach. So that removed Kenny Atkinson. JB Bickerstaff did more or less, as simple as that. Clutch player, this is going to be kind of easy. Clutch player of the season. Jokic, Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards. That's going to be Jokic, right? I mean, hasn't Jokic won more games for the Nuggets than any of the other guys? That's going to be Jokic. Maybe Edwards has something to say about it, but that's going to be Jokic. Now, again, who do y'all think? That's what we got. And again, the question of the clutch player. Now, with the clutch player, is there anybody else that should be there? No? Yes? Yeah. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your very quick sports update. Let's get the battle rap. Let's get the freaking battle rap right now. Oh, Loso mentions very quickly. Innovate is currently working at AutoZone in the BX. Yeah, and somebody showed a video of Innovate on the subway. And, that's going to bring us to a topic about snitching. Like, there's all these lately, in 2020, I guess 2025 is the season of the snitch, right? Because there's all these reports coming out. Let's go ahead and get this screen down if we can. We can. Yeah. Yeah, there's all these reports about, so-and-so snitched and so-and-so that. Who's surprised? Can we be honest? Who's surprised that, listen, can we get to some logic for a minute? These are rappers, right? I mean, to act surprised, and that goes for any of these rappers. It's not just on Clone or Bad News or back in the day, Kid Slade or possibly Surf and all these others. It's not just on them. But can we be honest for a minute? They're rappers. What that means is if you are rapping, wait for it, please. If you're rapping, that means you're used to talking on rhythm, right? That means you talk the information that you've been fed or that you've experienced. So if you do it on a track, you'll do it on a track. For those that know, track is also a slang word for the streets, for a certain strip of a street, right? And even go here. And we'll get the battle rap in 5 seconds. But even to go here, think about that. Most of these rappers are fake anyway with what they rap about. It's not their lives. So if you're going to fake for some money, when you go ahead and stab in the back for some freedom, who's surprised, man? Who's surprised? And look, what are so-called hip hop fans doing, having so much, just giving credibility away? Well, I wouldn't want to think that this person's a snitch based off what? Because they act so well on a track. So what? It's acting. They're entertainers, yo. And honestly, here's another thing to think about. If it comes between someone going to jail, doing dirt for some other dirty guy, why wouldn't they snitch? That's like asking someone not to be selfish in the streets. One of the first rules of the streets is self-preservation, not moral preservation, because there's no honor amongst thieves. So says Proverbs. This whole thing about, oh man, so-and-so snitched, you got charges of snitching. So what? They all snitches probably. The information just hasn't come out officially. They're snitches. They're snitching even before they officially get caught up on snitching. Listen to the raps. They're snitches. So what? And that means what? Look, honestly, that how important is it that they're snitches? Well, because, you know, they were lying to us about who they are. They're actors. Actors lie. Also, there's no bunny rabbit. Sorry, there's no Easter rabbit either. No Ishtar satanic rabbit. There's none of that either. It's like there's like this fairy tale worship over individuals you don't know portraying a role that they're not. And then they get brought up on something that they were doing for their preservation. What are they supposed to do? And let's keep in mind, street code for a minute, right? If you're doing dirt with somebody, you're doing dirt. You're dirty, they dirty. There's really no rules to it. So, Rock, are you saying you a snitch? What Rock is saying, quote unquote, is that Rock wouldn't be in situations to where snitching would be necessary. That's what game is. If it's that dirty, in the words of Naughty by Nature back in the 90s, do your dirt all by your lonely. This is why you have to be concerned about snitching. Oh well, let's get to battle rap. We're gonna go to the Rock Files community post page right now and go over some final data. That's what we gonna do. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. How is this news? Anyway. And right after we do this, we're gonna drop the code in the chat. More than welcome to come up. You know, all this stuff discussed for a little bit while we are doing what we do. All right, post. Let's get to it. Want to apologize for some of the posts. Okay, there we go. There we go. There. Yep. Of course, be sure to subscribe to King Cole. Fantastic channel. Y'all already know what it is. Look out for Pyro. Pyro got battles coming up. He's gonna illuminate that real quick. Sorry, we're just gonna highlight that. Can't say illuminate, obviously, because we don't deal with that. Jiggy Battle League. Pyro will be battling Danny Myers to be announced. Pyro will be on the ring. Didn't even know that. Pyro's going to be on the ring. And also Pyro's going to be on Pick It Up 3. All these battles, if not mistaken, according to this, were already set. Pyro's outside. Finishing up battle rap. You know? Also, salute to Pyro. Congratulations on his musical journey. You know, he's doing some things there. Viral Money has a this season tournament coming up. Looking for judges, not mistaken. That's going to start May 4th, and the bracket will be picked on May 2nd. So for those that's interested, contact Viral Money. Simple as that. Let's get to it. All right, we got final data. As you see, 48 hours ago while on tour, we asked a simple question. Which was body of the night? Was it Mr. ENT versus A-Fan? Was it Great versus Innovate? And a very strong margin here. Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. Let's highlight. Okay, we got comments. We got you. Jason M. Innovate stock in the basement. I mean, Innovate gets bodied. And you know what? And as we get to this, whoa. We didn't share the screen. Apologies. We can't see no screen, Rock. Show us the screen, Rock. Where the screen at, Rock? Come on, Rock. Rock, where you at, Rock? We don't see no screen, Rock. Where the screen at, Rock? There's the screen. Okay. So, Jason then mentions Innovate stock is in the basement. The brother gets bodied. He gets bodied so bad that he left in the second round. Okay. And honestly, even if he got through that material, he still would have got bodied. And guess what? After that battle hasn't been seen from that. That's not only that is that, you know what? We're gonna ask some questions. We're gonna ask some questions. Because Innovate, this may be the biggest body in virtual battle rap. It might be the biggest body in virtual battle rap history right now. It might be. We're going to talk about it. We're going to put the discussion, we're going to put the topic out there. But yeah, 56%, 44% according to fan vote. Greg the Great versus Innovate is the body of the night on VBO Cartel Pick It Up 2. Simple as that. There's your data. And honestly, even if we know how the tainted that is, right? There's nobody else talking about any other body on the card. There's even individuals that say, well, Mr. ENT versus A-Fan is kind of not a body. It's kind of more like, well, whatever. But there's no debate about Great the Great versus Innovate. So more than likely, Great the Great is going to get 2 Body of the Night awards by submission vote and fan vote for that. Let's keep going. Congratulations to Great the Great. So not only did Great the Great beat Innovate, he bodied him, and possibly, we'll see. We'll see about some other stuff. We have Performer of the Night. Okay, 29. Oh, by the way, let's go back. Final data on this channel, as mentioned before, is 24 hours or 28 to 30 votes, right? Now, 18 votes is less, but 2 days ago is 48 hours. So we passed the hour requirement, right? Again, Greg the Great versus Innovate, body of the night. Simple as that. Performer of the night, 29 votes. So we're within the frame. And 48 hours ago, which is 2 days ago, your winner for performer of the night, according to fan vote, is Reed Ruger. But I'm going to tell you, submission votes look different. And it's interesting, salute to Reed Ruger. But to see Reed Ruger in a debatable against Pablo. Now, of course, Reed Ruger was given a win. All right, he was given a win. Salute to that. But how's Greg the Great not performing tonight? And congratulations to Mr. Hold on. We got to give Mr. ENT his flowers. We got to give Mr. ENT his flowers. Mr. ENT, after having a horrible 2024, especially at the beginning, even he would admit that. He would admit that, right? That Mr. ENT, that's how you bounce back. We talked about it before. It was a redemption. You had redemption versus momentum, right? And Mr. ENT not only in a debut on VBL Cartel and a very talked about, highly promoted matchup, not only does he beat A-Fan, he bodies him. Now, Mr. ENT, for future battles, you got to have some lyrics that say a little bit more bars in there. You were barking. That you had some bars, more bars, bro. But look, that was your best. That's the best performance we ever saw from you, Mr. ENT. That's how you do it. Salute to Mr. Congratulations to Mr. ENT for even being on this list. Who would have thought from 2024 to 2025 he would even be here? You know what I'm saying? John in the building. Salute. Let's get John, man. Let's get John, man. John's in the building. What up? Salute. Be sure to subscribe to John. John's going to be having Jeopardy come up. And look, you know, John ain't playing with y'all, man. Pause. John is very serious. When he goes live, y'all want that Jeopardy, be sure to tune in, man. Simple as that. All right. So, but yeah, your performer tonight by fan vote is Reed Ruger. But by submission vote, I can say it right now. We haven't finished it yet, but Greg the Great is in a very overwhelming lead for performer tonight. So we have a split vote here. So congratulations to Reed Ruger. Salute. You know, Pablo and Reed, that might be one of the battles. If we look back, that might be one of the battles of 2025. It's fantastic. So right now, Reed Ruger has won the fan vote for performer tonight. All right, there's a special note there. Okay, these are the questions we asked about. Oh yeah, battle of the night. Battle of the night. So we're talking well over, what's this? 144. Yeah, 144 hours ago, 35 votes. All right, final data. Battle of the night is Reed Ruger versus Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso gets yet another award. Reed Ruger, this is his first award. And look, you couple this with performance. What are we doing with Reed Ruger? Reed Ruger is a rookie. But yeah, Reed Ruger is on a major, we're going to say it again. It's not just about the battle rapper. It is primarily about the battle rapper. But on a major battle rap card, and a heavy, crucial battle rap contest, Pablo Picasso and Reed Ruger is battle of the night. So that goes for a point for Pablo and a point for Reed Ruger. And Reed Ruger has a Performer of the Night award. Reed Ruger looking good for these rankings. Real good. Okay. So, and look, Mr. ENT has went from being bodied in 2024. He now has a body on his record. 81%, 19%, final data. Mr. ENT did body A-Fan. Simple as that, according to fan vote. And submission vote is even more clear. Now, here's what's crazy about this. There's those that say that possibly Greg the Great didn't body Innovate. Yeah, did you see the battle? This is very cringeworthy data right here. Cringeworthy. Greg the Great clearly bodied Innovate. And of course, someone said, well, Innovate wasn't at his best. Nah. It don't matter if you're at your best or not. If you got what Innovate got, you got bodied. A body is a body. 100%. A body is a body, man. It's weird. All these bodies we've seen in battle rap history, they don't get these excuses. Well, so and so got body because okay, well, Chess would get that, Twerk would get that, even Big T when he was a fan favorite would get that, but then of course Big T, you know. But if you get bodied, you get bodied for whatever reason. Come on, man, come on. So, but yeah, so Greg the Great, did body innovate, but it's just this margin's kind of weird. All right. And it's not about favoritism for Greg the Great. It's about we saw it, man. Come on. Okay, let's say it wasn't Greg the Great. Let's say it was Sam the Slam. Battle and Innovate. And the first round was super, super dominant. All right. Clear 1-0. Second round, left Earth. And then all of a sudden, Innovate doesn't even show for the third round. And chokes in the second against Sam the Slam. Sam the Slam bodies great Innovate. That's all. All right. Anything else? Okay, yeah. And there's some other data. Who won between Greg the Great Innovate? Yeah, this is crazy. Oh, C3 versus Kid Dangerous. Well, according to Fanvote, Kid Dangerous got a vote over C3. Okay. All this is final data. Now here, now look, this is different. Reed Ruger won officially, but fans were kind of feeling were kind of going for Pablo more. Debatable battle. Okay, now here's your example of a body, right here. All right, at least according to this fan vote, ENT 100%, A fan zip. Simple as that. None to say. And the question for A fan will be, where does A fan go from here? A fan can keep rapping. A fan can keep rapping. You know, look, Mr. ENT, after he got body, he kept rapping and he got a body. So if A fan wants to continue, he can continue. Simple as that. Jack Ash and Dreadhead King. Okay, Jack Ash and Jack. Again, these are just fan votes. These are look, whoever got the money won. This is just like, hey, what's in the mind of the fan? Jack Ashton over Dreadhead King, 76 to 24%. Captain 10 over Nat King Kong, 80 to 20. Okay. And there you go. All right. Now, there's other battle rap to talk about, but ladies and gentlemen, this is where we drop the code. Simple and plain. This is where we drop the code. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have said so often, the code is on the road. The code is now on the road. You're more than welcome to come through. Yep, we're going to talk about it. The code is now on the road. The code is now on the road. You're more than welcome. You know, we are dealing with new technology, all that good stuff. Bear with us, but you're more than welcome to come through. So you got the topics. You got the NBA playoffs. You want to talk baseball as far as which teams in the early season? Okay, let's do it. Right on cue. Ladies and gentlemen, currently on the platform, right? 5-0 in 2025. One of the biggest bodies in virtual battle rap, straight from Alaska. And yes, he has a battle coming up against a very dangerous opponent, Tink. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Greg, before you say anything, Greg, so you're gonna wait for our business to go on tour and just do that, huh? You say, Rock, I know you're going right now. I know y'all doing what you're doing. Y'all take care of tour. I'm gonna send Innovate on a tour. Greg the Great in the building, man.
Nah, the rest of his tour days got canceled, bro.
I see. I mean, obviously, been keeping an eye out. You've been going, you've been doing your thing as far as interviews and all that good stuff. So we're not going to be too repetitive. No, go ahead, do your thing. We're not going to be too repetitive, but I mean, what are we doing? This is just amazing to see. The reason why we're acting this way is because for many moons, we've been saying for those that get it, they're going to have the biggest success rate and everything. And Greg the Great's a brother and a talent that has followed, that's studied the game tape, is literally did, everything that's required. And a heavy rated schedule, 5-0, bodies an in-game opponent, now facing Tink. And this is a different Tink. We're gonna talk about it. This is a different Tink. This is not the Tink that was choking and stumbling in early his career. This is a Tink that battled against Moonwalk, kind of doing a little something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in person, but also what Tink should know. No problem. What Tink, oh yeah, but by the way, on the panel right now, we got somebody. Speaking of in-game opponents, we got somebody that's about to face an in-game opponent himself, and actually, he might be coming in-game. I mean, we're talking about a brother named Pablo Picasso, who has battled Clip Corleone, one of the classic battles ever seen, one of them. We're talking about a
I gotta fix my audio right quick. I'll be right back.
No problem. Okay, cool. We're gonna let Pablo get the bars on. But now when Pablo gets back, man, it's a lot to talk about. And again, you know, Pablo is a person that with this, if he can get Rio, wow. Because you see what happens with Greg. Oh, look at that. Look at this guy, man. I mean, to the victor go the spoils. Nothing else to talk about. Greg, the floor is yours, man. Do what you do.
I'm just saying, man. If you're gonna get up here and talk like you talk, see the difference. But the difference is between me and Innovate, right? Everything that I said I was gonna do this year alone, I've been doing. Man. Nobody can refute that. So when I tell you, Tank, this ain't gonna be that, bro. If for those of you who watched the face off that night, salute to you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, for pulling up. I know other people were busy, what have you. Salute to that. You know what I'm saying? But this man talking like Innovate, the last nigga, bro, he said I'm not supposed to get 15 seconds of any round.
Of any round.
No. Of any round. 3 rounds, you know, 230 top. When I tell you, man, listen, and I don't even drink, bro. I don't even drink. Salute to me, though.
To the victor go the spoils, man. To the victor go the spoils, man. So, as it comes up, is there a specific, like, is there going to be other elements you're going to introduce against Tink? Are you going to stay? I mean, you basically do what you want, but is there something that concerns you about what Tink might do, or are you just going to focus on what you do?
I'm going to be honest, man. I'm not too concerned with any opponent this year. This year is my trajectory year. That's it. The elevation is already going to be there because I've been that since inception. The problem that all these other cats have to worry about is at some point or another throughout this run, I'm going to be untouchable. So that's why I say, like, after Tink, after how I do that, you may want to try to get your shots in now, because if not, I'm going to be, touching them stages, and y'all going to be here watching me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's levels to this, man. And at some point or another, you either got to catch up, be a part of it, or just be a memory. I remember those days. You know, it's the battle on virtual. Salute to y'all, though. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? Somebody, even though I just got over here, somebody's got to pave the way for the next person to come take. That's why I got rid of Innovate. That's what's necessary in order to keep the culture going forward. We get rid of the weeds. You don't just cut the grass. You get rid of the weeds. You do your edges. You do your line. All of that, man. And that's what I'm here to do, to make way for that person to step into my place. And again, if you feel some type of way about the things that I get up here and say, come do something about it before it's too late.
So, Greg, right off of that comment, there's usually a progression that once somebody battles, especially as a crazy victory like over Innovate, they're like, well, you know what? If it's not going to be my last opponent or higher, then I'm not going to battle. But Greg, it seems like you might be doing something different here. Are you basically saying that you're still going to have it like whoever wants it as far as the battle can get it? Or are you going to be like, well, no, you have to be at this certain level, this certain tier to battle me?
So right now, after how I operate the Tink battle, niggas is gonna have to the tiers graduate, the stock graduates, the price graduates.
There it is.
Because
Yeah.
it has to start making sense at some point, right? I did a lot for the little man. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot for the little man. I've been doing these type of deeds that these vets, so-called vets, are doing now. I've been doing that from inception, bro. Even when I myself wasn't where I'm at now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So at some point or another, I have to start taking the reins for my career. It has to make sense. That's why, respectfully speaking, I won't go and battle no fucking Kid Dangerous or no fucking No Need or no fucking A-Fan or no fucking Maze or no fucking Captain Tenno or Nat King Kong or any of those type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully speaking.
Uh-huh.
Because right now, if I win those battles, oh, Greg was supposed to win those battles.
Right.
But if for whatever reason I lose those battles,
Yeah.
that drops my shit all the way back down. And then after all the years and blood, sweat, and tears that I put into this shit on a day-to-day basis, not just when the battle, not just on event dates, I show up and show out each and every time, panel after panel after panel, live after live after live, event after event after event. So at some point or another, I have to start, being like, all right, I did this, which was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there won't be a return at some point, but at some point I have to be like, all right, we gotta up it a level. You know what I'm saying? When you playing a game, you don't just stay at the same level the entire time.
That's fair. No, look, listen, this is what it's all about. This is the reason why we do tiers and rankings and awareness to where like who is where. This way, why now when these battles happen, it will add up to something. The whole goal of this is advancement and progression anyway. And look, we're going to keep it $1 before going into that battle with Innovate, and we're going to get past that in a minute. But going into that battle with Innovate, it was pretty much a consensus. Oh no, this is an in-game battle rapper. If you beat Innovate, you beat the best. Well, so what happens when someone bodies Innovate? They get to call their shots, and it's good that the Tink battle obviously is a progression toward that. The only question I ask you now is, as you keep going, what's your end game, Greg?
What's my end game?
What's your end game?
So, first and foremost, I want to salute Pablo Picasso. Salute to you, brother.
Pablo Picasso in the building, no doubt.
Happy Easter to you, Rock, the entire chat. My end game, bro, isn't a certain battler.
Okay.
No.
Salute. I don't want to cut you off.
I want to be in that conversation. That's it. I just want to be in that conversation. You see that name down here? It's not Greg, one of the greats. There's only room for one. Friend or foe, they all gotta go, bro. There's only room for one. That's why I even pursued the battle with Innovate, because there was so much conversation. He was held in such high regards by the masses. Polos. And your great fell. So even if he stuck around, he couldn't go by Innovate the Great anymore, because you weren't that day. And you kept saying during our promo run.
Yeah.
We battling for the name. We battling for the name. You just have to go by Greg. Well, what happened? Why you ain't put that much effort into them bars or memorizing your rounds? Cause I did.
So, Greg, what would it be if later on, because it's a possibility, and this has been brought up. What if it turns out that during the battle, Innovate was distracted, or there was an emergency that happened, and it caused all this? That's why he had to leave abruptly, and it may have been something that could have been a danger to him. Of course, we don't wish this on anybody.
An emergency did happen. He had to be carted off.
Damn. Did you see him on the news?
There's no. Yeah. It turns my stomach. No, that's not why your stomach turning. Your stomach turning is because you were considered one of the greats, and you even, you know, leaned into that, and you faltered. Your stomach is turning because you took the biggest L you've ever taken in your 60, 65, whatever, however many battle career you had, man.
Damn.
I got to you in 3 battles over here, bruh, and obliterated you.
Mm.
Ugh.
I'm
Not
a
a
little
feat.
mad because I've been waiting for that Innovate match,
Ah,
and then it got set up, and my game plan, the bars I
I'm
was coming up,
so sorry.
and then Greg comes in and gets them all the way the fuck out of here.
Well,
Everyone's
hey,
been wanting for a
guys,
year and a half. People like, yo, Pablo and Innovate's gonna be crazy, and it is what it is, dog.
but you know what's funny? On this very show 2 weeks ago, we'll say just before that battle happened, it was said, what happens if Innovate? First of all, it was talked over and over about Innovate being distracted and Innovate doing crazy stuff. That's the first layer of it. The second layer is, with that type of schedule Innovate has, what happens if Greg does something so crazy that there's nothing left for Pablo? I think the three of us discussed that, and now here we are.
That's
Mac-
why I'm mad
Magneto,
at
what up?
I feel like me and Rio, instead of it just being like a replacement,
You
it's
all right?
a replacement
I'm
that
good.
people have been wanting to see anyway. And I wanted to, even
That nigga
before
tap now.
we were talking about Innovate for Retribution. I said, what about Rio? So the fact that even if it's like shorter prep, that doesn't really mean nothing to me. I always prep in short time. But,
Listen,
that's why I'm not mad at it. I feel like the fact that Innovate did have a lot of battles going on at once, the fact we haven't seen Rio in like a year, I actually kind of like this match better for real, But I get what you're saying with the whole Innovate thing. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, see, Pablo, and now the segue. Well, first of all, Magneto in the building. What happened? There we go. Magneto in the building. Yep. Be sure to subscribe to this thing tripping. There we go. Be sure to subscribe to Magneto Live on YouTube. I'm late. Salute. What's the combo about? Real quick. We have a couple topics going. Obviously, we just did the sports thing before, but the combo mainly right now is about Greg the Great after battling Innovate, body and Innovate. Now he faces Tink, basically his aspirations, his trajectory, where he goes, and also we have Paulo Picasso right here in the building talking about his upcoming battle versus Rio Nikosi. So that's where we're at the combo right now. And of course,
I share the same sentiments that Greg was saying. Basically, that's the only reason I even still do this shit at this point. Like, I feel like I don't have much left to prove, really, except to like myself. I feel like I proved to like time and time again. I proved I have one of the best pens around here. But I think like more and more, like I just want to show myself that I can hang, especially with certain people, and the fact that it's that close in every chat and every poll, like it really is like 50-50 pretty much, that me and Reek. So that like the fact it's one short round, that's like straight up preference. And I'm very pleased with the fact that I could do that, because I feel like that's not my strong suit, to be like short rounds. Like, I'm better in 3 rounds, but because I get to show more versatility. I like to write stuff that's like you kind of can just have more time to work with. You could do something and like have a whole like 30 bar scheme that like ends in a like in the viral stuff, and I was like, money is what happened. Like money's to blame for what happened to the sport, or the Trey stuff. It's like those days are over, stuff like that. Like, you know, I like doing stuff. So the fact that I could hang with someone that's like one of the new gunners that's very good at like concise punching, like short amount of time, and make it literally like 50-50 debatable preference shit, like I think that's just a testament to my skill set and this shit, you know.
It really is. It really is. Just want to acknowledge very quickly. We got Boss Chair Magneto in the building. Boss Chair Magneto, we see you, man.
Salute.
Salute. Welcome, man.
What's happening? What's happening, man? I gotta give both of these guys a salute. Salute to you, Ten Rock, too, as well. Appreciate you having me up here, man. I gotta give these boys they praise and give these boys they props, man. You know, I was Greg already know I was already on the edge of the innovate, but he did his thing. He got him up out of here. I'm not surprised, but you know, innovate is normally a great challenge. He's normally a tough challenge, you know. So salute to you and salute to Pablo. I like the battle with Pablo and Reek Ruger. I think that was a nice classic. I had Pablo with the a little bit of a more than a slight edge in my opinion. I give him like a 2 foot, you know, across the finish line. It wasn't just slight to me. It was a little bit more than a slight. So, you know.
Yeah, Pablo definitely material wise was just like level shown on Reek. Reek had an energy advantage and performance element that was good to watch, but material delivery, the amount of room shakers, room breakers, we have Pablo also for this channel. But you know, that's just our assessments and all that. And look,
people
since we got it,
shit, you know, sometimes
no
people
doubt.
like more concise, like short, you know, in the especially in the moment too. Like that's why I felt like I tried to really like up my delivery and shit, so it would still hit in the building. But I don't know. I do think like watching it back, I agree with everything you're saying, but like watching it back, I was noticing certain things. Like I was like, oh, maybe this pause here, maybe like the fact that when I ended it, like I feel like I hit a high, like a crescendo.
Right.
And I did have another bar to say after, but it's just because the clock wasn't on the screen. I was like, just go with the slogan. And I feel like there was just like that second or two hesitation before I transitioned, like little stuff like that. I feel like in the moment, if people are watching, I could see why they were like, oh, what was that? What, like, you know what I mean? But I agree with what I thought that.
Well, no doubt. And in a very close battle, you know,
yeah,
at least
for intangibles and shit like
right.
that. I'm not mad at it. I think it's definitely a style clash type shit. But if we're just talking like material and I think too, like conviction wise, like I think some people get like aggression mixed up, like, you know, or like when people say delivery, because I feel like we're both delivering, but I feel like I was like performing my bars too. You know what I mean? I feel like even though it's virtual, I feel like I've been getting better at like the performance aspect, not just like I'm gonna get loud and aggressive, but I'm actually like performing the bar.
Follow through on the jump shot. You follow through on your jump shot. Yeah, I agree.
And here's a question for the panel, since we're talking about this battle. Now we've had Greg the Great versus Reek Ruger as a contender for battle of 2025. Now we got Pablo versus Reek as a contender for 2025. What battles have been the battles of 2025? Has it been those two? Are those two it? Has there been other battles that have been, you know, kind of in that same lane? You know, we got the TMR series over there. We got, you know, there's a Jiggy Battle League that did this thing, the ring battles. I mean, of all that we've seen in 2025, which would be the top 3 battles of 2025 right now with the quarter of 2025 going? What do we have?
Yo-Yo and Pyro is 2025, right?
That's 100%.
Yeah, I think that's got to be up there for like back and forth battles. Like that was actually hard to call that one. Yo-Yo and Pyro, I think, is up there.
Okay.
Greg and Reed, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think back now. Either they've been like kind of more one-sided battles, or yeah, that's a good question, man. I don't know what would be the top. I think that one's definitely up there for me. I think I'm more biased to my own material, so obviously but I think just consensus wise, people they liked this match, so I could see people saying that, and
You
yeah,
know,
I guess Greg and Innovate would be too one-sided to say, like,
yeah, because at least over here, what we were thinking about for a battle of that night, close battle, back and forth, high after battle effect. As far as like, is that one that just caused a ripple? Is that one that maybe changed some the way we see battles at least a little bit moving forward? And of course, the closest of the battles mentioned before, maybe even. Was it a status rise for both battle, for both battles inside, inside, wow. For both battles involved, can't talk involved, Yeah.
I think Greg and Reek's battle did that though too. Like, I think that kind of the impact after that, it kind of changed the way. Well, I feel like Reek was kind of on a uptick anyway, and
Right.
coming off the censorship, but yeah, I could see that. But like you said, impact too. Like, I'd be feeling like yeah, some of these battles happen, and it might be like a good battle in the moment, but that doesn't really have like lasting impact afterward. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, and I'm not even trying to make it like about me, but just look at the like me and Reek after the battle. There was so much like impact throughout the community and conversations. Then we're talking about judging and judges. Like, it's like, yeah, this shit sometimes like certain battles just don't have like the same impact or community effect, and maybe that's just a testament to the type, like the promo run we were both on before the battle type shit too. I think adds to it, like the skill level, the closeness of the battle. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think of other matchups this year that were like,
There's an Elo. There's Elo. Who the Elo battle on Verbal Online Arena? Oh boy, he battled. I want to just jump out here and again, if it ain't respected, corrected. Believe that Elo battled King Prince.
Throw some suggestions out there, Tim Rat.
Oh yeah. Wait, here's a couple.
Jack Action had the most impact this year, and I wouldn't even be mad at that because his Liu Kane performance, although Liu Kane wasn't there, that shit shut the building down. Almost got 1,000 views when it was released. And then this time going up there doing that in the cap and gown and doing the dance, like, definitely had impact, whether positive or negative. Like, so.
When I see that, what's interesting is that when it comes to impact, obviously the ones that have the more positive impact will outweigh the, let this controversy. But that doesn't take away from Jack Action's impact. And one thing about Jack that's hilarious is that, like, his energy going to overtake the bars. Like, usually when the question comes up, like, okay, well, name one thing Jack said. Well, we can't name maybe one thing Jack said, but we sure can name a lot that Jack did, and which is going to go toward the impact. Mac Neal said, well, what's some suggestions? Check out Elo versus King Prince. Check out a very controversial battle was the whole Status versus Truly Laced, even though it was pretty much given the Status on that one. If we go toward like the traditional virtual battles, you definitely gotta this Pablo and Reek, and it's not even recency bias. There's so many elements to this battle.
Right, that's what I was trying to say. Well, it's like not even try to make it about me, but I just think even like 6 months from now, looking back, like there was a lot to come from this battle.
Right. I'm going to completely agree with you about the Yo-Yo Pyro. That's a very strong one. The Loso versus Dre Dennis, because of its controversy and because of the robbery, and just going to be honest. Look, it's not favoritism. This is being back just honestly in an honest battle rap way. And salute to Legend 305. We had a good discussion.
I forgot about that because I was looking at the top 10 list and I was like, Los, I thought he only had one battle, but now I'm okay. The Dre Dennis one too. I was forgetting about that. Yeah, he definitely got robbed in that.
I mean, that was just egregious. I mean, for those that saw it, I mean, my man, and we're gonna put that quote that Jonathan just said from Jack Asher. Salute to that. But Dre Dennis had a couple things like what I stick to the pounds, love handles and stuff like that. And I mean, we're talking egregious offenses of writing, and lo and behold, some judges like, yeah, Dre Dennis, you got Loso. Loso was just it was just crazy. So that's another battle to check out as far as
the judges were egregious, man. I don't even know what the fuck.
It was nasty. It was, and it was the type of thing. And we're gonna have a topic about judges in a minute, but it was the type of thing to where now the same way we scrutinize battles that are selected, we're gonna have to scrutinize judges that are selected. Like okay, Yo-Yo is on slate. Not sure if it's official, but Yo-Yo's on slate now to battle Froku, and there's a lot of pushback. It's similar to when Rap Rep battled Supernova last season, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Deezy in the building. Deezy, salute. Y'all be sure to check out Animosity coming up. Check out Animosity coming up. Viral Money versus OG Capri is going to be definitely one of the marquee matchups there. I'm not sure. And again, just want to say this to the whole viewing audience. A brother in our company just coming off a crazy, amazing East Coast tour. So a little bit foggy in the mind. So if there's been some updates on this, not sure what's going on with Innovate and ME. Not sure if that's going on. Obviously, Innovate has been found. That can be filled in that way. Bruce Leaf, what up? What up? Oh, and also wait before we get away from Deezy, be sure to subscribe to Money Machine Battle Rap Entertainment live on YouTube. Subscribe. They laid down a lot of good battles, man. A lot of good battles. Great channel. Salute to Deezy and everybody over there. OG Capri, Viral Money, WFN Jackpot, etc., etc. Of course, Bucks, my man. But Bucks, what's up, man? Salute. Bruce, we got Bruce Leaf in the building. Just very quickly, we're gonna get the John John's quote of Jack Action in a minute. Bruce Leaf, cheers. Salute Bruce Leaf, the legend himself. Y'all already know, subscribe to Bruce Leaf. Bruce Leaf is dropping some crazy material. Salute to that. All that good stuff.
He's fire. Bruce Lee is one of my favorite rappers.
Bruce Leaf is definitely fire.
Me, him, and Caesar have a fire collab.
Stray? When's that dropping?
No, I dropped on Christmas.
You said
me and Social have a song with Bruce Lee. I have a couple I've been working on, me and Loso, and I have one with me, Innovate, and Loso. I was just waiting for Innovate to finish it, but I don't know. Maybe now I'll just finish the last verse. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know what type of Innovate right now. So.
No doubt. Here's the quote that John has very quickly. Right here, John says, "Give this young cat slugs, Hakuna Matata." Jack Ashen. Oh, yeah.
Jack got bars, man. He said, "Yo, my wolves howl at the moon like it's a Luna Sonata." Young cat eating slugs like Hakuna Matata. Like that whole shit was fire, bro.
Yeah, it is. Really, Jack's a problem. You know what? Oh yeah, we got King Cole in the building. Yes, we do. We got King Cole in the freaking building. Be sure to subscribe to King Cole.
Salute, bro.
Shout out Throwaway. Salute. Shout out Throwaway Battle League. Come spit your throwaways. And you know what, King Cole? Don't be surprised. There may be a special appearance from somebody to put some throwaways in there. There might be.
Shit. I just remember. I don't want to sidetrack. If you're,
you good? Go ahead.
When you were talking earlier, you were saying to catch you up on some shit. So
please,
there's Retribution. So okay, let me go through this. In my head, I was like, okay, I want to say this, and then, and I don't know what was happening. I came up, my phone was being mad weird, so I had to get on my computer. But Retribution. It's me and Rio, and Reek versus Trado are the replacement battles for that. Still, you got Diz and Casa.
Of course.
Yo 2 times versus Bankhead. Loso versus Active. Me and Rio and Reek and Trado. That's May 3rd. Retribution definitely caught that pay-per-view. Coming up though, we got Smoke King's final card. I think in June. I've heard a couple potential matchups and stuff for that. I don't want to speak on him before he's ready to announce some stuff. But in June we got that coming up, And we got the rings next card that a couple matchups have already been booked.
Okay.
Making that announcement tomorrow on Unscripted Logic, so definitely tune into that because we got a couple battles to announce that you guys are definitely gonna love for sure.
So that's 7:30 tomorrow for Unscripted Logic?
We might start around 6:30. So it's usually 6 to 9. So.
All right, 6 to 9 Unscripted Logic tomorrow, man. Be sure to tune in. We're definitely gonna be locked and tuned in tomorrow. You know, watch it. Come through.
And like you said, the return of Pyro. I can't say that much. But,
right. Yeah. That's official. Salute to Pyro. Pyro is going to be. Pyro's back outside. He's still doing what he's doing, man. It's John. It is
right now, so that's why I was saying when you were talking about, I'm like, yeah, we got this card, we got that card coming up. You know, TMR's got stuff. Shout out to Money Machine, they got events going on. Like, Virtual's looking healthy right now, man. And even Too Loud to Die, you got that event May 3rd, the same day. You got Retribution and the Too Loud to Die event. Like,
so here's an exclusive, right? So because of the success of our East Coast tour, we got a Florida tour happening May 1st to May 7th, right? But that's still not going to stop, from checking out that May 3rd. That May 3rd is going to be crazy. Might even where we are, might even have some individuals that that we rock with down there say, look, you got to check out these two cards, man. Maybe just have a whole battle rap day of it all. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that. So yep. That's June 21st. June. Whoa. Check this out. June 21st is fascinating because that is going to be 12 days, if not, June 21st is Saturday. Hold on, let's back this up. Yeah, I think the first rock rankings of 2025 is going to be dropping June 7th. So that's going to be 2 weeks after that. You know what I'm saying? So 2 weeks after the first rock rankings will be June 21st, Smoke out, the last Smoke card. And Smoke, if that card's successful, that means you can't leave. You know that, right? That means you can't leave if the card. Yeah, that's how it goes down. Sorry, Smoke. Yep. We put it in the contract. Now, salute to Smoke, man. Okay, what's this? Oh, exclusive. First announcement trailer dropping this week. And you know what? King Cole, the second y'all do it, pass it along. We're going to go ahead and feature it on the show. You already know what it is. Yeah, this is what we're talking. Now we're getting down to business. That's what we're here for. Battles. All that good stuff. So here's another question. So we did the battles of 2025, as far as the first quarter report. Here's another one. Who is the performer of 2025 in the first quarter? Is it like just clearly Greg and just call it a day? Or
I think it's pretty clear. I don't know.
Now, so here's a final question. If it is Greg number one, is a number two kind of a wavering thing between like a Pablo or Reek? Is a Yo 2 Times someone to talk about in somewhere in there? What about a Loso? Continues?
Yeah,
that's performer of the night.
Yeah, for 2025. Yeah, exactly.
I could throw a name out there, but y'all might not like the name I'm gonna throw out there. That boy Kid Dangerous had one of the most high profile battles. The card before the last. He had a very high talked about performance. Now how you judge that is how you judge it, but in the virtual community, that was a top tier performance, so, per se.
A name that definitely gets slept on, because if you look, there's a whole top 10 list, he wasn't even on it. And I think if we're talking, because the word, that's why I said because the word you used was performer, right? We're not talking who has the craziest pen, who's like performer. When we say performer, it's like, I think someone like a Kid Dangerous, like he got up there, that was one of the best performances I ever seen. It was entertaining as hell, like you know what I'm saying? So that's why when we always say like, it's almost like, should we say battler, or like when I hear performance of the night, that's why I was saying I think it's clearly Greg for this last card, even though I think Reek did like dope. I just don't think you can say performer of the night, because there's a lot of things that go into it. So I definitely agree that if we're talking top performers this year, I think yeah, Kid Dangerous is definitely got to be up there, at least like top 10 or something. But I don't know. I don't know how you judge a number 2 at this point. I guess it's
Well, it's you know, it's interesting you asked that, Pablo, because it's going to be about considerations, like who's to be
Right.
considered as also, you know, these top performers. And yes, we're going to go to top battlers also. Like it could even be argued when it comes to the difference between battling, performing, and lyricism, right? Like, should those be split? You know, that's something our company was debating while on tour. Like, okay, we've been lumping performer into one category, all that good stuff. Should we now do power rankings for lyricist, performer, battler, also for energetic or energy, which is very interesting thing to try to measure. You know, it's debatable. Should we do those type of things?
We do like chop it up into like, oh, top puncher, top, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna chop that up into certain categories, I don't see why not, kind of.
Right.
But another thing to take into consideration though too is like, are we just talking like them, or like specifically when they're in the ring and the clock's running, and then when the clock's in, like we're only talking about them in battles? Or are we like talking about their promo leading up to it, like you said, the impact their battles have? Like, does that stuff like come into factor? Or if we're talking about top, like because if we're just talking like battle and battling, it's kind of a different thing than to say like, well, this person, the stuff they're doing outside of battles too, like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't knock that, Pablo, but I don't think the outside of the battle should hold that much weight as the inside the battle.
No,
because if that's the case, people are just run around crazy and get you know, they would just get rewarded for just acting a fool,
right, crashing out on
Yeah,
right. So I say I'm not gonna discredit it, but I just think it shouldn't hold that much weight, but it should hold a little bit of weight though.
Yeah, actually, it depends. No, you go, my bad.
It's all good. No, you good. It actually, some of that would kind of lead toward more promotion than it would be battle. You know, like that would kind of eke into the promotional element to how they, you know, give light to the battle, hype up the battle. A lot of that would be more for the battle. A lot of that would be more for the promotion of the battle than the actual battle itself. So a lot of these categories and splits we're talking about would be for the battle itself. Like who was in that battle. And look, here's another one. Who's had the most dominant performances of 2025? Like that's something we really got to get into. Like who has just stepped in and just got people?
The body bags.
Well, not just the body bags, but the most clear wins along with the body bags, but it's along with it. So who had body bags? Who had those clear dominant 2-1s? Who's been the most debatable rapper? You know, all this stuff. Like
then
really.
You also look at like level of competition, because someone's like, okay, they had a clear win, but they were battling Backyard Billy too. You know, it's like, oh, this person, it was close, but they were battling like a top level comp too. Like, I know it's always like intangibles and shit, but you made a good point. I was just like, more so playing devil's advocate, I guess, because like sometimes people come in and it's like it will be a good battle, but I also feel like maybe the promotion beforehand is like what makes it highly anticipated and what makes it have more impact and stuff, as opposed to just like another battle too, you know?
Right.
So I think all that stuff plays into it, you know?
It really does. And that's the reason why whenever it comes to like when we talk to a battle rapper and we really get into that schedule, we like to highlight that rate of degree. Okay, now just to go forward, like here's Pablo right here. Who has Pablo battled? Pablo has battled Reek Ruger. He's about to battle Real Nicosia. Okay. I mean, in 2025, what are we talking about? And then you look at what you say, OG Capri. OG Capri, obviously face to face, is going to be battling Viral Money. Virtually, he battled Greg the Great. You know what I'm saying? And also face to face, he battled Jackpot. See, this is what's separating the major league performers from the individuals in training. The schedule says a lot. versus salute to Captain Tenno, salute to Nat King Kong, guys that's just starting. But you know, who they're battling right now is telling us what tier they're on right now. You know.
Well, that's why I think that was kind of the point I was making yesterday about like I'm not mad at like a little like throwaway battle with someone that's like established battling more like a newcomer type of shit. Like I'm not mad at it, but it just seems like you know, if you go from battling like a name and to certain, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like it's just like practice or like I don't know.
Nah.
Not for me. It's not for me. You know, if someone else wants to do it, that's cool, but definitely not what I'm trying to do.
Well, but also it should be noted, you know, kind of what was said before, that this is still a battle. So no disrespect to Tazlo, but if someone chooses to battle Tazlo now and they just got off of battling who they battled, then yeah, if Tazlo all of a sudden puts it together and gets that guy out of there at that battle, that will count heavily against that battler. So that means you could have been riding. Let's say Tazlo, this is just being hypothetical only. This is not said. We got to say the disclaimer, man, because whenever we put this out in the universe, it's going to be Rock.
Yeah,
Rock. What are you trying to set up A versus B? No. Hypothetically, okay, we'll remove the names. We'll remove the names. Keep it safe. If someone battled on an inferior league and had inferior performance and catches the attention, and let's say they're crashing out or whatever, and they catch the attention of someone that has battled on major leagues with major performances, if they battle and that inferior individual going into that battle gets the major league performer out of here, hey, that counts heavy. There's not going to be a so-and-so probably didn't take him seriously. Oh, well, you shouldn't have battled. If you battle, it goes down, then you go down with it. Or you go up.
Right.
Simple as that.
Cole said Pablo's scared to take it. I mean, it's funny, but for real, this year I was trying to battle Seizure, Innovate, like some of them I can't even say because they might still happen. Like I was literally trying to battle the best of the best in the shit this year. So definitely not scared to take an L against.
No, but Pete, if for Pablo, let's go back to the prior statement. The schedule's telling you what tier. Let's look at Pablo's schedule now. We just mentioned Pablo just battled Reed Ruger, and now has been booked for Rio. So what tier does that tell you Pablo's on just based off of it? This is not the situation where there's a Danny Myers who just basically saying, "How you doing? I'm here for meet and greets with everybody." You know, salute to that. That's not a shot at Danny. Danny can do whatever he wants. That's just saying that this is not where it's just being given away, or this is not just where it's just, hey, this person may battle whomever. This is where, you know, this individual has passed this work, and now you see, if we were to do a grid of their battle upscale, you'll see that type of work.
I mean, if you look at it, I accepted the Innovate and the Reek battle at like the same time, and then now that the stuff with Innovate happened, like the Rio replacement was less than 3 weeks away. It was already like fucking April 18th or something. We're talking May 3rd, 3 rounds against Rio, and I was like, absolutely. And like 2 weeks later, 3 rounds against someone that, you know, is considered like one of the best. It's like, I'm not, you know, that's how we move over here. That's how me and Greg get down, you know. It's like
it's going to be interesting to see who's Reed Ruger's next opponent again? Just be sure. See, this is fascinating because that's going to be a nice gritty conversation. Now, one thing. Oh, by the way, Android Wiggins in the building. Salute to Android Wiggins. Salute. What's the wig? Live from Wigonia. All that.
Salute.
Never mind. Salute to Android Wiggins, man. Salute. But the thing is, after Reed has that conversation, one thing Trado's going to have to do against Reed Ruger, and this was basically what each opponent's going to take a look at. You're going to have to match that energy of Reed Ruger and wish you well on that. You're going to have to match that energy. Because if not, yo.
My bad. Had a little business phone call. I'm at the venue for May 3rd, man.
Oh, wow. Man. Already? So, okay.
Oh, yeah, man. The shit don't end, bro.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying?
That stage is fine. Hey, go back to that stage, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, that stage is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Bro, I miss
let's
performing on
go.
stage. Like virtual is fun and shit, but man, just being on that stage, getting the whole crowd to laugh.
Yeah. That's the DJ booth. That's the DJ booth that was on your left side there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I am gonna
Okay.
be having
That
some.
makes some more fire. Okay, we got the PA. All right.
I'm gonna be having some in-person battles this summer too. I just can't say the opponents yet, but it's gonna be
Got a little bar.
gonna be fire.
Cool.
And then we obviously have, you know what I mean? We'll have a little, little Plug House podcast upstairs.
Right.
Yeah, man, we're gonna make it an event, man. We're gonna make it an event. I mean, no
Shout
more
out,
than
shout out to
boots
Michi.
and shit.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
shout out to Michi Too Loud.
Too loud to die.
Battlegrounds, Traumatose, he, everybody involved, man. Chilla, None, Charlie, Marv, Lou Castro, Rigby, myself, Tank the Demon, had
Nice
Ice
roster.
on the card, man.
Nice
Strat,
roster.
A1, Sule Spain, LSG, King Kia, everybody, man.
Man.
Everybody, we're gonna make this an event, man.
Hey, Sule Spain. And look, tell Sule Spain this. You better not choke in another battle in 2025. You better not choke. Don't choke.
Man.
Hey, Rock said it. Rock said it.
Hold on. I will
Let's
say
go.
this.
Go ahead, bro.
In defense for my brother,
Please.
at least he didn't innovate.
If I wasn't battling the same day, I might even come out there to watch that event.
We all got to get to Alaska, man. We all got to get to Alaska. and by the way, and this is for Adept HNIC, because Adept mentioned there's the Never Forget 7 coming up in August. Trying, man, but I ain't gonna lie, these tours go bananas. Pause. These tours are crazy, man.
That's why I'd love to be there for that one, but I'm just looking at like the timing of it. I'm like, Indianapolis, like I don't know. I'm still debating it, but
but look, the whole rollout would be this, Pablo. If Rock was to show up in person, it'd be like the whole Bruce Wayne Batman thing, to where I would be there, but nobody would know if that's Rock or not. It just start doing commentary and like stuff.
You'd have to wear a blue hoodie with a mask on, like
absolutely.
You'd have to wear Squid Games only with the 10 instead of.
That's right. Let's go. Now,
wait, is that 10 rack? And then you just pull out a laptop in front of you and they're like, it is 10 rack.
Yeah. Do a whole meet and greet with that whole get up on. That'd be fire. That's actually
right.
good. But yeah,
instead of a bat signal, it's just the number 10 in the sky.
Right. Hey, Greg, if you can't tell us about the venue, what's the capacity? What's the location? Is it near the downtown area of that place? All that good stuff. I don't know if you can drop the name of it or whatever.
So it's actually gonna be it's on the flyer. It's at Chilkoot Charlie's.
Okay.
In Anchorage, Alaska.
Stop.
This particular location in and of itself, I'll show you better than I could tell you.
Not a problem. Let's go ahead now.
There's several different bars. Look, curtain separates. Yes.
Okay, let's get
right. So we got here's another bar here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be behind that curtain.
Okay.
I mean, we got a bar in here, right? Walk through here. Actually, another bar.
When me and Greg battle, he's definitely not gonna innovate me like he just. It's at least gonna be back and forth and debatable.
There's another bar back here.
So far we got 4 bars in this place so far. I think we got 4 bars.
This is called the Birdhouse. The one where the venue is at. That's the Ice Bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this place is big, man.
It is.
Then we got this bar over here.
Damn.
It's a hookup here.
So little kitchen
Nice.
here, menu.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Are they bowling? Are they bowling or something? Or the pool?
You
That's
said what?
pool. That's pool. They're playing
Pool.
pool. I see
Yeah,
it.
that's
They're playing
pool.
pool. Okay.
A 4-bar setup is fire. It's a
Talk, John. Talk, John. Oh, this is fire, man.
We're not done. We're not
Oh,
done. We got the arcade. Yeah.
oh, the arcade.
Yeah. Right. Then you got this bar.
Wow, man. This little sky bar.
What up, dog? What up? What up? Give me 1 second.
karaoke.
Yeah. Let's go.
Then, of course, little bars. You know,
Good grief,
patio.
man. This is a whole layout. Let's
That's
go.
what I'm saying to you. That's what
The
I'm
whole
saying to you,
layout.
bro. So even with us having the event over there won't be much disturbance, you know what I'm saying, other than people, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's on a what? What's that, a Saturday, I think it is.
Yeah.
But it starts 3 p.m. our time. So you know what I mean? It won't be disturbance from other bars. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We're gonna be in here early pretty much by ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
This
Which
is
would be
nice.
dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's gonna look
it's
good
a
on camera too.
whole. You said what?
I just say it's gonna look good on camera too with the way the lighting is and the angles
Oh
are
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
venue.
So
Yeah.
we definitely I was taking a few pictures, you know what I'm saying, giving them, a few dimensions, letting them know, where we're gonna set up and all that shit. Since I'm already here, I mean that's where I disappeared to because I was on the phone.
Sure.
Mhm.
Pardon self. And you know, I'm looking forward to it, man. Tink, man. Man, this will be one of the better productions that you've had in your career so far. You know what I mean? So I hope you're ready. The lights are gonna be on us. You know what I mean? Like eyes is gonna be on us. There's pay-per-view, man. www.payhip.com. Payhip.com
Mhm.
slash too loud to die battlegrounds, man. You go there, $25. Cheaper than the one night stand, cheaper than the fucking trenches, cheaper than any URL card, but we still got the names and quality of these same cars and multiple. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
ain't just one name and that's it. Chilla, Nun, Charlie, Marv One, Luke Castro, Head Ice, Tank the Demon, Don Marino. I mean, come on. This is a stacked card, bro. For $25? 25. Man, copy you a pay-per-view, man. I can't say it no other way, man. Make sure you use coupon code the great.
Look, this cat full.
Yeah.
Get your
I need
promo
my little
on.
percentage, you heard? Tank the Demon, 3 rounds. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all already know how I do. You just seen it. If you don't know how I do, go back, go watch that shit again. Cause it's gonna be that, man. It's gonna and nah, I say that's something not related, but related at the same time. And I don't want to get too much out right now. I'd
Right.
rather just be on the lookout for a drop from me, man.
Okay. Okay. Greg the
I'm
Great versus
tired
Tank.
of I'm tired of hearing what I've been hearing, and it's time to show y'all how this is properly done. Now, mind you, I will also say this. You see how light it is out here? You see?
All right.
Right? Not the lights, right? Talking about the sky.
Get that
See
up.
that? It's 9:53 at night.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And the closer we get to the date, the more brighter it is gonna be the later You know what I mean? So just be ready, man. All I'm gonna say, man. Y'all ain't gonna miss this, man. May 3rd, you have Retribution and Hell Froze Over
Uh-huh.
for less than you'll pay for these main stage blah fucking clusterfucks.
Mm-hmm.
Talk.
Hell will freeze over before I lose to Rio. You gotta be out of your fucking mind.
Oh, it will, because I'm battling Tink the Demon in
Mm-hmm.
Alaska.
I see it.
Mm.
And Greg, just gonna say this. There's a whole lot that a lot of people been talking to Tink, but there's a whole lot that hasn't been said to Tink that could be said to Tink. You know, and Tink usually, like being reminded of something. Tink is the type of guy with his skill set. He could be fired when not saying a lot. You know, but that all depends on the opponent too. So this is going to be a very compelling match to watch. Greg versus Tink. Now Danny Myers is battling. Danny Myers battling Traumatos, right?
No,
Okay, who's Danny? Who's Danny battling?
Danny ain't battling at all.
Okay, he's not battling. Oh my bad, no. Charlie Clips, right? Charlie Clips is battling. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Charlie Clips battling
Yes.
Traumatos, right?
Yes.
Okay. The thing that Charlie look, if Charlie comes in with this like fat cat attitude, that'll be a great move for Traumatos. Traumatos get him out of here real quick. That's just being straight up.
This nigga.
Because Traumatos has been on a tear lately, man. You know, yeah.
Listen, I'm well aware that Trauma is gonna have to be on this A+ game, and those of you who know me know that that's usually how I operate, man. I can't operate no other way. I don't know how to. So I'm gonna make sure Trom is good to go come event day, man.
But look, Greg, the concern isn't about Traumatos. The concern is about Charlie Clips. That's a concern. Because if Charlie Clips come in there messing around, that'll be it. You know?
So
And
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right?
yeah.
Charlie in the face off said, "You think I'm a fly?" Same shit Tink said. Now, if y'all
Uh-huh.
haven't seen those face offs, go to Too Loud to Die Battlegrounds on YouTube. Charlie versus Trauma drop the face off. My face off with Tink drop. Don Marino versus Backward Brad drop. God Yogi. My bad, homie. The God Yogi versus Ratchet Rio face off drop. Like it's a bunch of face offs to go put your eyes on. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
Charlie has said he not gonna come all the way out here to bullshit to play.
Blah,
But
blah.
the name of the place,
hey, yo, no. And look, and listen, and look. We know how this game go by now, right? It's going to be, for those that's in the shadows watching. Hey man, this old, whoever's on the panel, they're going to get examined for what they say. It's going to get back to Charlie. It's going to get back to whoever. Hey, look, it's a very simple
let
thing.
it.
Yeah, please let it, because everything here is meant straight up. Like obviously, hey Charlie Clips, ain't did this in a while. Charlie Clips, when's the last good battle you had, bruh? No, let's talk. When's the last even 85% clips we see? And please don't say Easy to Block Captain. Don't do that. Come on.
So for those of you not in the know, I don't mean to cut your wisdom.
No,
This
you good.
is the infamous parking lot where we did our impromptu battles, me versus the guy Yogi. That was after the event last year, Sub-Zero Summer. You know what I'm saying? Battled the guy Yogi impromptu one rounder. And me and Heat battled Danny and A-War impromptu freestyle battle. That was the parking lot right over there.
Fire.
And now we finna cross the street to the Shell. Man, what the fuck is going on? Gas is $3.79, nigga.
Yeah. Okay, so when we get to Alaska, we will not be renting cars, obviously.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, man.
Jeez.
We got plenty of people out here who have vehicles who are more than willing to, commute people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I do got a dip out. I just wanted to pull up, show the panel some love. Tim Rock.
No. Much appreciate you. Look, Pablo versus Rio, May 3rd, Retribution, GTX, VBL Cartel. Salute, man. Pablo, congratulations. And at the closer we get to the battle, we're gonna talk. You know what we're gonna do. You already know what it is.
Salute, y'all. Salute, panel chat. Have a good night, y'all.
Salute,
Happy
Pablo. Salute.
Much respect, much respect. That's Paul Picasso live on Unscripted Logic. Unscripted Logic goes live tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The return of Unscripted Logic. Look, not only Pablo got a battle coming up, Social Assassin versus A-Fan coming up. These guys are almost everybody outside. Magneto, almost everybody outside, man. Almost everybody outside. Like, who ain't battling?
It's that time of the year. It's
Obviously.
that time of the year too.
See this, man. And of course, obviously, at the closer we get to battles, and actually later on this week, we're gonna actually like get surgical with some stuff. We're gonna look at these matchups, get in our bag. Brother Magneto will be around. We're gonna actually, do our due diligence, get into what the round limit is going to be, style matchups, considerations, who's on what trend going into what battle, all that good stuff, Obviously, we're going to break down the Greg versus Tink battle, some things to consider. We'll say this. The last 5 battles Tink had, a little bit of gas with some of Tink's performances, but Tink this has been the best Tink we've seen of his career the last 5 battles. The thing to consider, then we're going to ask the question, we'll break it down. Will that be enough to beat the Greg the Great, who's on the tear right now? Now, obviously, Greg got his side of it, but we're gonna really take a look at it. But Tink, one thing Tink has is similar to, and look, here's another thing. We're also going to talk about, is there a difference between Reek Ruga and Tink? They're very similar. And Greg has faced Reek before and had a classic, right? But Greg to beat Reek. And if Reek is similar to Tink, and that's familiarity, it's something to think about. It's just something to think about. But look, that Tink that was battle Moowop is, look, for y'all, if y'all not familiar with it, check out Tink versus Moowop. Check out Tink versus Moowop. And Moowop is a killer, and Tink did get him out of it. He won the battle. Not sure if he got him out of here, but he won the battle. And look, that's something else we're going to bring up. If Greg, when Greg if and when Greg does beat Tink or have a great performance, what about Greg versus Moowop in the future? Oh yeah, we said it here first. What about Greg versus Moowop? So OG Capri, easy, all that stuff. Maybe Greg should see some Moowop. Saying. Oh, great. Well, okay, so you want to go above Moowop?
Man, Loso, where you at?
Oh.
4 Horsemen, Loso, where you at? War, where you at?
Oh.
Danny, where you at?
It's like that.
Moowop.
Moowop a killer now. Moowop a killer.
Moowop. Yeah, I. Moowop.
Moowop,
you see what happened?
Like
Listen. You see what happened with Innovate and Moowop? Oh,
I see what you're doing. Okay.
Why you think? Man, come on, man. It's a difference. Hold on, let me buy this stuff, man. Go ahead. I'm listening though.
No. You good. I go for it. The analyst would definitely like to see that style clash, the Moowop versus Greg. But let's be honest. Let's get to the Loso, since Greg mentioned Loso. By the way, we got DJ Alyssa Monsanto in the building. Definitely one of the top contributor, maybe the top contributor of Message Music Sessions on live on Wednesday night. DJ Alyssa Monsanto. Be sure to subscribe to her channel. She dropped since we've been on tour. She dropped about 13 bombing.
Hey, my signal messing up, man. I'm about to.
Yeah, if you want to, you can go out and come back.
I think my signal. Yeah, I'm finna drop down. I'll be in the chat chilling though.
Okay, we got you, bro. We got you. Know that.
All right.
That's Magneto. Everybody, be sure to subscribe to Magneto. That's MAC, then Nito, NITO. Magneto live on YouTube. Salute to DJ Alyssa Monsanto. You know, OG Capri, if you in the shadows, what would it be for? No. We're gonna save that. Let's get to the Loso. We're gonna do that another night. Loso, Four Horsemen Loso versus Loso. Has Loso fallen off? Not Loso BX and Y. Loso BX and Y is fire. Has Loso Four Horsemen kind of fallen off? Is this a right moment? Right.
In order for you to fall off, you first have to be high enough to fall off. And I don't think he's that. I don't think he's ever been that. Never in his career.
Never?
No. The best he's ever hoped for was mid-tier.
Wow. So even when he battled Scotty back in the day? No?
Who the fuck is Scotty?
Scotty runs Houston. Scotty runs Houston.
Man. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? Have we seen a Loso versus Rock? Have we seen a Loso, you know what I mean, of that stature to even be able to get that type of battle?
That could have been the best Loso we've seen. Look, that could have been the best Loso Four Horsemen we've seen is a Loso versus Rock. And to be clear, not we've seen ever, but we've seen in the last, let's say, three seasons. Could have been that Loso versus Tay-Rock. Because honestly, Loso debatably got Tay-Rock out of here with that. That's definitely one of Tay-Rock's flaws.
Right.
Now what Greg's talking about though, how often have we seen that type of Loso?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there is some inconsistency there. And so if Greg does battle Loso, which Loso will show up? And look, one thing we'll say for Greg is that there's a lot of the opponents keep coming with the same thought, like, well, it's a privilege for you to be battling me, and I'm not gonna lose to the likes of you. And Greg is sitting over here undefeated, though. He's sitting here undefeated with everybody with this rollout. Hey, look, future opponents may not want to keep coming to Greg with the same rollout. Maybe want to think about something different. Maybe want to take Greg more seriously. Because it seems like whoever hasn't taken Greg seriously.
Don't take me more serious. Take your career more serious. Let's get to that. Because in order to take me serious, you would first have to have a career to take serious in order to take me, and then take me serious. You got to perfect yourself before you even think about stepping over to this side, bro. Because not for nothing, I hear the same shit every single time. I'm gonna smoke you. You're not gonna get this. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna come up here with the same shit, blah, 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 blah. Let me ask y'all this. In the Innovate battle, did I use any angle that anybody thought I would use at all?
Not a single one. It was all bars. It was all bars in different highlights. Yep. It wasn't a single thing about boofing. It wasn't a single thing about reading. It wasn't a single thing about the weirdness on panels or any of that. The drain drank. It wasn't no drain drank. Okay. Nah, it wasn't. We just telling them what it was. It was not.
Then, and a more analytical, since you break down, so let's break down battle rap, how you break down your sports, right? More, more analytical. Tell me that IQ wasn't on 10. That third round, tell me that shit did not go perfectly. I had a whole bar already written in there about him choking.
Yeah.
And look how it. Man, come on, man. I've been saying there's a difference between what they do and what gets done. It don't matter.
But with the schedule you got, Greg, could you even battle Loso in 2025? Is there even room?
Yeah. My whole fourth quarter is ready. Ironic. My fourth quarter is open.
Okay. I see. So it had to be toward the end. Okay. Oh, so is it? That'd be interesting. Oh, first and foremost, you would get Street Hymns out of here. That's straight up because Street Hymns ain't been nothing for a while. So that's a walk.
I would kill Street Hymns with more nerd bars than he tried to kill all these other niggas with.
Yeah.
Nerd bars. Nigga, without my people, you wouldn't even have nerd bars to speak of. What?
Got you. So that's Street Hymns.
Huh?
So then after,
okay.
So I guess what could be set up? It could be in that whatever month or whatever couple months. What if you can go through that whole?
I'm not even from here, boss. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even from here. I don't know where nothing's at. I took a lift here. You know what I mean? Salute.
Could you like could it be like a Greg doing a series against that Four Horsemen clique? Because you mentioned A-Ward, you already seen A-Ward in an impromptu thing before, but this be an official battle. You mentioned Loso, we just talked Street Hymns, and then maybe the saga at the end, or maybe it has to be A-Ward at the end if you're going to priority, right?
If I went in priority from worst to best, my opinion. Now let's not forget, Oops is a part of that conversation.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
But when's the last time you seen an Oops battle, or even heard Oops' name?
How about this?
Than when I just mentioned it.
Let's couple this with that. When's the last moment we seen a good Oops performance? Let's do that.
Daylight, but even that wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked against me. But I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
Forget Oops, right? If we focusing on the initial four, worst to best, Street Hymns, Loso, the Saga, Ward. And yes, just like how I did with the 4GS shit, I'm still trying to clear them niggas out. Salute the 4GS. But the rest of you 4GS niggas is still on the list. Because I'm about completing storylines, right?
Right.
It makes sense because of the way that I've carried it. You know what I'm saying? The Joe Pressure battle. That made sense because of me. I'm the one who created all that back and forth. Remember, all the way leading up to that shit, he didn't want to do the battle. He probably still regret it. Okay. But because it fruitioned into what it did, now he's like, oh, I'm proud of that. You're welcome, nigga. Because had I not called you out, we would have never got that. The innovate shit. So, I already battled Shake Taylor, Dr. Jeer, Verbal Artiste, and Levon of 4GS. Wordsmith, Ant Live, some other nigga. I don't know. I don't even remember right now. But, yes, if I had to, I would go in that order. But I got a certain disdain towards Loso because, as I just stated, I don't really think he liked that. So, Loso, for whatever reason, if you're watching this, know that your name is on the list. And it kind of, for me, you may not know it, but it kind of makes sense. Because, see, where you hail from, I was there. I was there during the Enter the Dungeon days when it first, I ain't going to say too much. But I stayed in Tampa from 08 to 16. Okay. 8 years. So them niggas, matter of fact, my nigga inside right now is from Tampa. Mike Mass. Shout out Mike Mass. If y'all don't know Mike Mass, go look up his music, man. Fire. You know what I'm saying? On the conscious tip. You know what I'm saying? Mike Mass and I knew each other back in Tampa. Trust me, there's a conversation to be had about all of that. And on top of the fact that I feel like You ain't like that.
So okay. So you're saying you feel like Loso of the Four Horsemen is not like that. What flaws do you see in Loso's battle rap skill set?
Just stumbling.
Okay.
Just constantly bringing it back. Don't bring it back. You don't need to do all that. But the stumbles and no, nigga, relax, calm your nerves, right? This is battle rap, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You've been around long enough to get it together by now. And the fact that you haven't, and it's fucking killers out here, and you doing that bullshit, you gotta go. And the fact, again, another situation where a nigga is held in a certain regard. Time to rid these niggas, man. Time to weed the grass. Funny, because he Mexican and we about to weed eat. Never mind. Save that for the battle.
All right. Okay, so the stumbling is an issue.
Major number one to me. And a lot of his material is kind of light, bro. He's had minimal moments, bro. He's made minimal impact in the entirety of his career. Stop me when I'm lying.
Well, and not just that, but there's been a lot of filler. And like good Loso is an angle guy. He's an angle guy. He'll go ahead. He'll get something create, innovative, and he'll go ahead and attack it.
Bars.
At least 2 or 3 rounds.
Innovative. See, the problem with a lot of you niggas, not you, Rock, excuse me.
No, you good.
A problem with a lot of these niggas out here is they don't realize how much impact one word could strike. All you did was say innovative. And I said bars. Instantly, my brain went there already. Just from hearing that word. So imagine if I just y'all niggas be wondering why I don't be saying shit or don't be fighting back. It's because in my head, as they're going, I'm writing all of this shit down. I'm like, oh, you said, like I said, in Tink the Demon Face Off, not supposed to win 15 seconds. Now, mind you, if I win 15 seconds, you automatically lose that round, nigga. Because I'm not supposed to get 15 seconds. I got a bar right now. I swear on everything is going to fucking demolish the building, bro. There's a conversation to be had. Tink the Demon don't realize this conversation is long overdue for me. I just turned 37 on the 17th, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So you two have a backstory.
No.
Right? Or no? Okay.
Unbeknownst to him, this conversation is overdue. But for me, I know a lot of people get up here or get up there and, oh, you got yourself the demon, but look at the demon's eye face. Oh, no, we not going that route. Last thing I want to do, excuse me. Last thing I want to do is acknowledge those demons still. This is my good riddance. This is my sending them along their way. Trust me, it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense. What? It'll all make sense.
Say no more. It's just when we actually take a look at some of these battlers and really just break them down or pause. How about this? Just look at them logically and objectively.
Right.
Through a skill set, maybe through some data, whatever it may be. It's just interesting what we find out, There's a lot to really just patiently being fair assess about a lot of battlers, a lot of talent that
Pardon
we're
me.
faced with. No, you good. Good. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's see here. Okay, I believe we have it. So just make sure we got everything. Oh yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be getting out here soon anyway. But we got Greg with the possible matchup. That'll be a good series to see if Greg can get those. First of all, if the four horsemen click would not duck Greg, when I try to play the whole Hollywood thing. Second of all, if they would battle, what order? Third, what piece of the 2025 season would they battle? That'll be a nice highlight. If it's toward the end, that'll be a great highlight to end off 2025. Now obviously these are battles you want to have in person, of course, with Loso and etc.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. And 3 rounds.
Okay, cool.
From now on, any battle that gets booked, minimum 3 rounds. Minimum. I'm not doing this 1 round shit no more, man. I done proved myself time and time again on the 1 rounders, man. Now, if you really feel like you like that, let's see if you like that. 3 rounds. Let's test your pen because I know I write up. Let's see if you can.
Hey, Greg, real quick question. This is a question that just hit the mind real quick. As you go further in your career with this crazy upward trajectory you have, would you ever want to be an exclusive member of a league, or would you want to just stay independent to where you could do what you do?
I need to stay independent in order for me to complete the mission that I'm set out on.
Say no more.
Because in order for me to get rid of all the greats, I can't be no exclusive roster nigga. You know what I mean? I gotta be independent, bro. A lot of the shit that pardon me, not a lot. All of my battles have been booked through me. There's no, upper management that you need to speak to. There's no that you talk to me directly. And if it makes sense, it makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people questioning the, D Money and Luke Kane shit. That shit makes sense to me. It don't gotta make sense to anybody else. It don't even need to make sense to my opponents. It makes sense to me. And I'm gonna show you why. And then on the day of, you'll understand further. You'll be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But then and only then had to pause for the cause, my nigga.
Yeah, any business.
But no, yeah. So that shit makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? The money, we may not have had a formal back and forth, but we've had enough of a tit for tat to where I'm like, all right, man, we gonna have to see each other eventually anyway. Because back then he was doing virtuals. You know what I'm saying? He was doing this, he was doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? For you to feel like this is unnecessary or something that's beneath you, I'm gonna save the rest of that for the battle. The Luke Kane shit, same shit. Virtual, you know what I mean, was kind of the same circles. You know what I'm saying? Virtual battle rap in and of itself is a small community. But when you dwindle it down to virtual, that's even smaller. So we were bound to run into each other anyway. And now that, you know what I'm saying, he feel like he not doing no more virtuals because he feel like he better than that or whatever. Because he added little RBE shit, whatever, nigga. Where did that go? Anyway, I'm saying too much, man.
Say no more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Greg the Great. And look, Greg, we're going to be back. We're going to be back Wednesday. You know what our schedule is.
I'm
By
about
now.
to
We're
go
going to be
to
back
the
Wednesday.
crib and chill, man. The rest of my night is, if anybody else go live, let me know. I'm there, man. I'm chilling tonight, though.
No
You know what I
doubt.
mean? Salute to
Oh, no doubt.
everybody. Alyssa, John, Nando, Blunt, Rap Ref, all y'all, man. Loso, PXNY, 10 Rack. Or it's the way it's spelled, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the way it's spelled.
No, no, no. You know, the best way to remember is just think about like the RAK is like the suffix or the latter part of Barack, right? So it's Barack and then RAK is rock.
Got you.
Simple as that.
That makes sense. See?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
makes sense.
We got you, man. We got you. We got you.
Mm.
Nah. This is Greg the Great. 5-0, 2025.
6-0, coming soon,
Undefeated.
May 3rd.
6
Tink the Demon, 3 rounds, Anchorage, Alaska, at Chilkoot Charlie's. You know what I'm saying? Be there, man. If you can't be there, cop the pay-per-view. It's only $25, man. It's only $25, bro. That's nothing, man. You spend that on a
Salute
DoorDash or more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Salute to Michi, Meachy of Too Loud to Die, that's presenting this incredible card. Name of the card is called Hell Froze Over. Man, check this card out. And also be sure to subscribe to Too Loud to Die. You know, they are on YouTube. You want even more information than what we're giving. We will be continuing to give information as we go. Greg, appreciate you, man. You already know what it is. You're good over here. You're welcome over here.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Again, I appreciate all of y'all, man. If it wasn't for y'all, there would be no me, man. You know what I mean? Whether you love me or hate me, like me, dislike me, whatever. I know my style ain't for everybody, and that's cool. But you can't stop the rain, man. That's it. You can't stop the rain. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Right, nigga. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
So I'm out, man.
Salute.
I appreciate you, man. Get you some rest.
You already know.
Monday, man. Monday's coming. Just so you know.
Right.
Be on the lookout. We will be on a few TV networks and radio stations in the days before the event. Yeah, man. This is a proper one, man. That's why I'm saying get that motherfucking pay-per-view, man. Because I promise you, you won't be disappointed, man. It's so many names. It's so many fire names, established names. There's too many fire up-and-comers. Fuck. Sick as a motherfucker. It's too much on this card for you to not like any battles.
Right.
Alyssa.
Right.
Salute, Alyssa.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Alyssa hilarious, man. Salute to her, man.
Yeah, man. So this is Greg the Great, man, and you know the slogan, man. It won't be no need to investigate. The rest can wait. It's Greg the Great, and since I already expect the hate to all of you niggas out there, we could settle this with just 3 words, man. Set the date, and it's Mr. Pick It Up now. What the fuck are we talking about, man? What are we talking about, man?
Oh, he with the Mr. Pick It
Yeah,
Up.
bro. Yeah, bro. So, yo, ADEP, VBL Cartel, whoever you got for Volume 3. Man, I know I said I wasn't going to further associate my name with these cards, with these likes of Kid Dangerouses out here. You know what I'm saying? But whoever want to smoke, man, Volume 3, come see me, man. You can't be on you can't have a Pick It Up card without your boy. I done won 2 back to back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to win a 3rd one, man. I ain't worried about none of you niggas, bro. None of you niggas put fear in my heart, man. Ever. I'm on a different level than all of this shit, bro. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the progression that I've made from OG to today's date, nigga. You ain't even gotta go that far back, man. Go back to January, bro. OG Capri, out of there. Crash, out of there. Rap Ray Stone, out of there. And the niggas still bitching and crying. Talk about, oh, I won't work for free. Niggas ain't working for free over here, stupid. I just won $600, nigga. What are you doing? Sitting there crying on Instagram about not getting paid, working for free. Oh, I'll never be a slave. Pay me or don't contact me. Stupid. Are you dumb? Is you cool? Rick Ruger, out of there. Innovate. All the way the fuck out of there. Tink the Demon, May 3rd, man. Say less.
Retribution. No doubt, no doubt. Hell Froze Over, presented by Number 2 Loud to Die. Be sure to subscribe to them, man. This is, you know what? This is the way Virtual Battle Rap welcomes back the Rock Files. This is awesome. This is incredible. This is incredible. Salute to King Cole in the building. Alyssa for holding it down. King Cole holding it down. Salute to John holding it down with a fire live that he did. Viral Money still doing the fire. You know, Yo 2 Times doing what he's doing. Of course, Adept HNIC doing what he's doing. The list goes on. We've even had lives from TM, Road to a Millie. I mean, this is what it's about, and it's all been battle oriented. Of course, I salute to Rap Ref, salute to absolutely everyone that's holding it down for Virtual Battle Rap, you know, doing that. Of course, salute to Beef. Wait. Salute to Beef Facts, man. Beef Facts has been laying down some fire material. Be sure to subscribe to Beef Facts, man. Be sure to Beef Facts. That's BFACTZ. I believe it might be King Cole. If you got the name of Beef Facts channel, go ahead and hit with it or whatever. If not, we're gonna go ahead and put on a community post, all that good stuff. Beef Facts has been going crazy with amazing topics, amazing material. You know, salute to that. I mean, it's just good to see this, right? Now, Rock File show notes. All right, real quick, and then after this, we're gonna get out of here. Again, fresh off the road, a brother sleepy. So be it. It's all good. So obviously went live tonight. Tonight we talked about obviously the NBA playoffs. We talked a little bit about baseball, you know, just to say that, you know, things are starting to form that way. We talked about NBA awards, and of course we transitioned into talking about getting caught up about what's going on in battle rap from Pablo Picasso. We'll be battling Rio Nicosi on the Retribution card. Greg the Great is battling Tink on the Too Loud to Die Hell Froze Over card. You know that's what Greg the Great's going to be doing. You're going to be having all sorts of other battles and all that good stuff. So that was tonight. You know, if there's any comments you have about it, put it on the community post. You're more than welcome. Also, we'll be going live again Wednesday night. Wednesday night for the usual Message Music Sessions back in the building. Back in the building. Again, we're going to try to hit from 11:15 or earlier. That's the goal. Yes, it's going to be an early one. You know, DJ Listen My Sound, we're playing some tracks from her. And yes, salute before we get out of here. Salute to Leaving. Oh, this is it. Yeah, the name of his. This is the link for B Facts. Awesome. Appreciate it. This was the King Cole. B Facts page is called Too Cool, the number 2 Cool for Nerds. Subscribe to that channel. This brother's laying down some great spiritual topics. This brother's laying down some great man topics, some great social topics, man. This is awesome to see from B Facts. Again, the name of the channel is the number 2 Cool, the number 4 Nerds with a Z. Too Cool for Nerds. Salute. Appreciate that. Yes, on Wednesday, DJ Listen My Sandal just dropped fake and fake space. Be sure to check that out, all that good stuff. You know, we're gonna be we're probably gonna premiere that Wednesday night on the Message Music Sessions as usual. We're gonna be doing what we're doing, and we just realized we didn't really go with a retro section of last show. We're gonna be getting back to that, all that good stuff. So Wednesday night, 11:15 p.m. Probably till about 1:15 a.m. Message Music Sessions back in the building. And obviously, we're going to end it this way. Leaving Lifted. We really wish could have took y'all on the tour we went on. Want to salute Pacifier, the amazing reggae rock fusion group. That's Passafire. Be sure to look them up. Salute to Ted Bound. Ted Bound, that's Bowne. You know, who's the leader of that group. Awesome engineer, awesome host. Salute to every site we chilled at. In Baltimore, we chilled on the harbor. Out at Princess Anne, we chilled near the park and all this stuff. you know, all the different spots. We said from DC to Virginia to, again, Baltimore to other spots in Maryland. Oh my gosh, man. What an awesome experience. And look, if you are interested in seeing Leave It Lifted, if you're in the Michigan area, you can catch Leave It Lifted at the Magic Bag coming up this Saturday. Stay tuned for that. And of course, as usual, protect your peace, protect your foundation. Before we go, we're going to leave you with this trailer right about here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, not there, not there, not there, not there. Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's go here. This is what we're talking about. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up is going to be Animosity. Here we go.
I'll put $50 in your hand if we meet up right now and finish this. I will put $50 in your hand if you let me meet up with you right now.
This is with or without your boss knowing? Do you gotta sign the NDA? Do I gotta sign it?
I'm not leaving the crib unless you really going there. I'm about to go there right now.
I'm going, fuck that, man. I'm out right now. I got my keys right here. Right here. We go.
Dickhead. You gonna be called, your new name is Byru Dickhead.
I hear you. Your new name is Easy Side Chick. All right? Easy Side Chick.
But this ain't virtual though. So like so now we got an in-person joint to where
niggas talking.
You getting a noogie when I catch you, Byru Money, and I'm breaking your glass.
Yo, man. Okay, I heard you. Why you ain't do that to Hood Life? Why you ain't do that to Hood Life? Swear to God you didn't agree to us doing the promo. Swear to God you didn't agree.
That's not promo what you was doing, bro. I really want to put hands.
It doesn't matter. You can't control what I make promo, nigga. Real shit, you know what I mean? You know, I might troll, I might wow out online and all that shit, man. But at the end of the day,
that's what's up. That's the love.
Philly is about holding it down for our city. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that's doing anything at the end of the day.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, listen, man, I seen both fighters, man. I seen them both sparring. I seen them practicing. They only had 3 days prep, but they definitely taking it dead serious.
Yeah, no, it's just gloves. You know, you're backing him.
Yeah, and I'm more gangster than most of these nut ass niggas. You heard?
But salute to you. Yeah. Let's get it. Touch gloves.
Touch gloves. We starting at 5. We gotta start on the dot. Ready? Go. Come in on. Oh, wait.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
What? 15, 14, 13, 12. He done, y'all. He done. Touch gloves, man. Good fight, man. Good shot. Good fight.
And cool. Let me ask y'all a serious question, yo. I got an in-person battle with D Money in April. Who y'all got winning?
You know what I'm saying? And you know he's going to be battling for his life, man. April 26th, he's going to be battling for his life, man. I'm going to go crazy now.
A rap though, like that's the point though. Can you rap better? Can you rap better than? Can you prove it?
Always could, nigga. Remember, you're my little nigga. You've always been a little nigga to me.
But I'm tired of you acting like I'm not your big bro.
This nigga needs career guidance, man. Life guidance.
The shit I got for you, you gonna lose everything that day, nigga. Everything. I'm a Barkley to the point I don't give a fuck how mad you get. All I said was I was gonna snatch his glass. You can't go where I go, nigga. Where do you go? Where do you go? Pick a platform. Where do you go? Pick a platform, nigga. Where do you go? Where do you go? Platform. Where do you go? You can't go to Bar You to Death. You can't go to Bar You to Death because the Stones battle there.
You can't go. You can't go.
You can't battle
I don't even book you, nigga.
You can't battle on Bar You to Death.
They don't even book you.
You can't battle on Bar You to Death.
They didn't even book you.
Battle there. You can't battle on Bar You to Death because the Stones battle there.
Shut up, nigga. Stop.
That was your home league first.
Look at this nigga dick ride.
That was your home league.
Look at this nigga dick ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Animosity coming April 26th. That is, technically, that is 5 days away. That's this coming weekend. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. Salute to King Cole on the trailer. Awesome production as usual. Definitely salute to that. Salute to that. And of course, as usual, individuals, as usual people. Wow, yeah, it's late. As usual people, again, salute to Leaving Lifting on an amazing tour. Salute to Money Machine Battle Rap Entertainment on Animosity. Fire card. It's going down. It's like that. And yeah, we're about to get up out of here. And again, salute to Leaving Lifting on a crazy tour. Yep. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. It's on and popping musically. It's on and popping virtual battle rap wise, all that good stuff. And as usual, protect your peace, protect your foundation, protect your sanity, stay safe, stay strong, stay sane. And as usually right about now, we say with all authority we have, rock on. Rock out.
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Rock Sports Sunday, Rock Sports Sunday. You are live and locked with Rock Sports Sunday. Break down and talk now with Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. Rock Sports Sunday. With Rock Sports Sunday.